Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to another session of Gaunt's Gold. Now it's been a little kind of mini hiatus just because of, players' busyness. That's D&D planning. We all know that. It's well established by now that things happen. Life goes on. But we're back. We're back right now. And we're ready to do some more casing the joint in our heist campaign, Gaunt's Gold. But before they get back to any of that important stuff, they're going to have to deal with the problem that they got themselves into last session. So the party, as stated, are traveling through the city of Marinhall as they attempt to case Evermore Banking and Holdings, which is where Lady Gwendolyn Gaunt's gold is stored. And alongside their sort of de facto heist leader, Camille, a young elven woman who seems to have a bit of a grudge against Gaunt, the party are looking for ways to get into the bank, as well as ways to properly scope it out and find out what sort of security they might have inside. But they're also looking around for allies that may help them in their little heist. And so they're in the planning phase, but during their planning phase, as they were exploring the city, they found a key to an old artifact. And upon placing it in the metal ringed device, they found themselves transported into the device itself, into a little pocket dimension. And as they arrived there, they were quickly set upon by all sorts of fiery creatures. And so we'll kind of back up a little bit to when you guys arrive here, just to set the scene again. We'll take a few steps back since it's been a little bit. But we'll get right back into it right now, unless anybody has anything else to add.
We're gonna live, guys.
We're gonna live.
We're gonna live. We gotta live.
We will be just fine.
Yeah.
All right. So, as I said, as the key is slotted into the device, you feel that lurch in your stomach as you are sucked into the artifact itself, and as you sort of blink and realize that you've been transformed into a new location, you've been transported, and get the sense of your new surroundings. You see that you're in a sort of miniature garden where there are fountains and foliage overgrowing all of the rather dated-looking stone. But you barely have any time at all to appreciate the gentle trickling of the streams before suddenly a voice calls out to you, "Watch out! They're coming!" from the upper balcony. And as soon as the voice says that, you see all around you the smoldering of flame as multiple creatures seemingly formed from magma appear all around you, surrounding you. And you really only have time to ready your weapons before they set upon you. And you guys did your initiative rolls last time, so we can just get right into it, can't we?
No, I think we should re-roll them. I didn't roll that well, so I think we should
No.
actually.
No, I think we're good.
No, I think maybe not, actually.
So,
I'd like to request a recount, please.
first act is Kegox.
Okay, so these creatures are besetting us, and
they are appearing all around the room, and they're sort of dripping with molten lava, and they are all looking at you. You can see them starting to ready flame in their hands, ready to attack. Their hostile intent is very clear.
Okay, I am going to rage.
Very well.
And that enlarges me. And instead of normally charging in, I am going to step to about here to protect everyone. And I'm going to reach to my belt and throw my boomerang because I have an ability that I have Crushing Throw, When I make a successful ranged attack with a thrown weapon using strength, I can add +2 to the attack's damage roll. So, boomerang time.
Ooh,
All right, who are you targeting?
pretty cool.
I'm going to target this one first.
Very well.
Over here. That is a 12.
12 does hit.
It does. Oh, fantastic! So I get +2 to the damage roll. Let's go. The boomerang does not do very much, but something is better than nothing. That is 1d4 +2, which is 5 + 2 more, which would be 7. 7 points of damage with my boomerang.
Very well. The boomerang sort of smacks into the side of that magma creature and sort of carves off a bit of the molten lava that falls to the ground below it and sort of pools there.
And I tell everyone to get behind me, and I let out a victorious trumpet, and I hope everybody listens, or at least can position themselves safely. And that will be my turn.
Very well. Next act is going to be that creature that you just attacked. And it is going to sort of fly towards you. And then you see it sort of swell up with flame as its very throat sort of distends. And it is going to breathe some fire. So Anthena, Leah, Kagax, that is going to be a dex save.
Cool.
Okay.
Love
So, would my danger sense kick in because I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. 21 and 5. I'll take the 21.
All right, so that's a save from Leah and Kagax, and a failure from Anthena.
Awesome. What? 11 doesn't make it?
So perhaps Kagax, as massive as he is, blocked your view a little bit. And so before you even realize it, that flame licks right around him and is smashing straight into you. And so that is going to be... 8 fire damage to Anthena and 4 to the others.
Ooh. Okay.
That'll be the end of its turn, which shall bring us to this creature here. Who kind of flies over here. And is going to, you see in its hand, it conjures up a little flame, and then it hurls it like a fastball right at Leah.
Great.
What's your AC again?
Well,
Oh, that's not going to beat it.
all right.
With a 7, it does not beat your AC. So that fireball goes hurling right over your shoulder and fizzles on the far wall. Which would bring us to Anthena's turn.
Okay, so is this woman up here? How's she reacting to all this?
She sort of, you saw like just a glimpse of her head when she peeked over the balcony, because again there's sort of a railing there, and so she's kind of looking over it. And so she peeked over it to yell at you guys, but as soon as the creatures appeared, she ducked back behind it, and so you can't really see much of her at all right now.
Okay, cool. Well, in that case, I'll have to wait for her to do something else then. I will just... Dang, I don't have a lot of ranged things. I'll move to here, and I'll swing on this little guy.
Very well.
Alright. Please. It's a 14 hit.
14 does hit.
Cool. Oh, well, that's 4 damage. And then, let's see. Yeah. He'll get an A up on me if I move again, so I'll stay where I am.
Oh yeah, so you stab your new rapier Rosalia at the creature and it pierces through. And as you kind of flick it back out, you do see some of that magma scatter, but not all that much of it, with only 4 piercing damage.
Whoops. Well, maybe better rolls next time.
So that'll bring us to this creature here, who's going to kind of flutter his way over here and conjure a fireball in its hand and hurl it right at Sarisa. Which is going to hit you.
No.
And
be
it's going to hit
okay.
you for...
It's gonna be spicy.
it's actually going to hit you for 4 fire damage.
That's not too bad. I don't think. Maybe.
Which brings us to Leah.
Wonderful. I am going to attempt to hit the one that threw the fastball at me with a chill touch.
Barrel
That is a 12
does hit.
flag. Gonna be 2 necrotic,
Alright, it takes 2 necrotic then.
and then I'm gonna back up 1. That'll be my turn.
We're making big moves, guys.
Guys, we're making
Don't
big
jinx it.
moves.
That'll bring us to this magma creature, which is going to conjure up another fireball in its hand and throw it at Sarisa.
Oh no.
But that was a 10, which does not beat your AC.
Yay!
So
yes,
you dip and duck right under that fireball, and it flies right over your head, which will actually bring us right to your turn, Sarisa. What do you do?
She's hyperventilating. Let's go. She's like looking at the others. She looks at Camille. She looks so. She's about to cry. About to cry. She's like, I'm so sorry. I thought it was just gonna be a shiny thing. Then what? You know what's funny? I don't know if we know if Camille can actually fight.
Oh, I hope she can fight. Camille, please.
Oh boy.
Camille, we need you, girl. Come on.
And
A lot of
then-
guns, please.
I cast gun. Oh, I got my thingy because we took a short rest. I would like to call upon. I'd like to channel divinity and invoke duplicity. Yeah.
All right. You can put it where you want it. I'm just gonna make it blue to be sort of illusory.
Yeah.
But you put it where you want it.
I'm gonna put it maybe right here.
Very well.
Okay, and then pop. I used my divinity thingy. Oh, did Camille react at all when Cerisa turned around and apologized and is about to start like bawling?
She, as you kind of like glance at her quickly, if you're looking for her reaction, she has sort of been like she's spinning around looking at all the different creatures, and she notices as you almost start to cry, and she looks very tense, obviously, from the situation, but she does kind of like put a hand on your shoulder and say, "It's all right. Now's not the time for that. Focus on what's ahead of us right now. We'll deal with that later."
Nice. All right. I think that with that, I will end my turn because I don't think I can do anything else.
You have a bonus action after you
I-
channel divinity, but you don't have anything
you
that uses your
do?
bonus action then.
Oh.
Yeah, channel divinity is your action.
Oh. What
But
can
you might
I
not
use?
you might not have much that uses bonus actions. I don't think you have any spells
Nope.
that use it, so it might not be too much you can do.
Nope. But at least there's another body on the map. That
Fair
counts for something.
Very well. If that's the end of your turn, not going to move
Yeah.
or anything, then I will move to the next person, which is Camille.
Yes, let's go.
Now
Yeah.
it's fairly obvious to the group of you that she's not carrying really any weapons. It's not like she has
Oh.
like a bow slung on her back or a great sword across her back either. It's so
Oh, what?
she does appear to be
doesn't?
rather unarmed. She's wearing really just a maid's uniform, but she does actually pull a dagger from a garter around her thigh.
Let's go.
That's hot. Wait, who said that?
And then she's gonna move here and throw it at this creature.
Let's go, Camille.
She's gonna hit with an 18,
Yes, it's my girl.
Man, she's going.
but she's only gonna deal 3 damage.
What? Hey,
More
better
me,
than nothing,
bro.
Camille.
That's fine, yeah.
The dagger sort of stabs into the magma creature and then sort of like melts right through it. And the dagger, a little bit warped now, is now
Uh-oh.
lying on the stone below.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. You have to retrieve those.
I wonder if that was Camille's only weapon.
Does
Alright.
anyone else have any more?
I have
Next,
a dagger.
next
I have a
to
javelin.
next to act is the large, sort of coiled, flaming snake in the far side of the room. And as you watch it, it sort of rears up like a cobra might, and you see its sort of throat start to swell as it begins to bulge with flame.
Uh-oh.
Ew. I don't like that.
Stop bulging, bro.
Yeah, stop
Almost as if it's
bulging.
about
What are you
to
talking
regurgitate something. You get you get a chill down your spine. This means danger.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Okay.
about? I was
but
about to vomit.
That's all it does. Kgox, it's your turn.
Okay. Seeing as though this big red circle means danger, I order everyone to get out of the danger zone, and I'm going to smash the one that's attacked myself and Anthena to kind of clear the way.
Okay.
And I will do so recklessly.
Barrel. Uh, 7 to hit does not hit.
11. Does-
11 to hit also does not hit.
Okay. Shoot.
You swipe twice, but the little winged creature flaps out of the way both times.
Okay. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to move this way.
Barrel.
And,
That will bring an A up,
Okay.
which is going to hit you, I believe. Yeah, you're AC 14, and then it got a 15. So it swipes these magma claws at you. And is going to deal 6 fire damage as you feel that rake across your back.
Oof.
That's fine, because that means that if Anthena goes to move, it won't get an attack of opportunity on her.
Oh, thank God.
Aw.
Oh, thank you. God, that's made me emotional.
So that was how many feet did I move? That was 10. Can I complete my movement, or because it hit me I stop?
No, you don't stop. It's not a sentinel.
Okay. I'm going to move here.
Oh, I love the sentinel feat though. It's good
Very well.
stuff.
And that's my turn.
All right. Then that'll bring us to this creature's turn. It is going to move right here, and it's going to swipe its claws at you, Anthena.
Cool.
Upon which it is going to actually miss that attack.
Whew.
Get
So you
owned.
duck out of the way of its claws, which will bring us to this creature's turn, which I'm going to make it make an intelligence check to see if it can recognize that this is an illusion, but it's not particularly intelligent. In which it nat 1, so it's going to summon up flame, and it's going to whip it right at this fake Sarisa. Which hits, but the flame just goes straight through it and flies past you all. So no damage taken.
Yes, let's go.
I will say that because it rolled specifically a nat 1, that it still thinks it's real.
Beautiful.
It just thinks
Nerd.
it just starts to get
just
self-conscious because it missed.
Aw.
It thinks it missed even though it hit. That'll bring us to Anthena's turn.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna swing on that guy that just attacked me. Please, good rolls. All right, 22 to hit.
Does indeed hit.
Word. All right, and ooh, 10 damage.
Let's
And
go.
And
So yeah,
then-
you pierce kind of right through its head, sort of down its throat as it screeches at you, and a lot of that magma kind of falls away onto the ground and bubbles there. Though it is still like now it has one malformed wing as it tries to sort of reform itself into its shape. It's sort of struggling to fly, very weakened, but still alive.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll deal with the rest of it later. I want to get out of the danger circle, so I'm gonna move up to here.
I will say it just had its turn, so it's now into the next past its turn, so it refreshed its reaction.
Oh, right. Yes, it did do that, didn't it?
No.
What? Oh. Okay.
No.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate problem of the turn order is that it actually goes right after Kagax. So
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I gotta get out of the danger circle, so
fair enough.
I'll still do that, and I'll just take the AOP.
It will hit you.
Oh, awesome! So cool.
It'll hit you for 3 fire damage.
Word.
As you feel these sort of burning hot talons across your shoulder as you run.
If I get like here, because I have enough movement to do that, can I like duck behind the? Is this like a, kind of a railing? Like, is it tall enough to kind of duck behind?
Yeah, it's got gaps in it.
Okay. I mean,
Like,
I
sort
can't
of-
hide because I use my action, but
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, cool. Well, that's my turn.
Very well. That'll bring us to this creature here, who is going to summon up a fireball, whip it at Sarisa.
No.
No.
But that was a nat 1, so it does not hit you.
Let's go.
It also
Uh,
thinks the other one is real.
So that'll bring us to Leah's turn.
Wonderful. Alright. Gotta get out of this thing.
Run, 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 run.
Running. I'm gonna go right here. I've been so distracted jamming out to this Divinity Original Sin 2 music. that I'm completely-
Dancing with the Source.
I recognized it and I was like, oh my god, that's why I feel like I'm like, yeah, we're in combat. I've been conditioned. Do something. I guess I will attempt to chill touch that one. So
Very well.
I know basic, right? It's a 14.
Those hit.
God, 2 necrotic. Once
Another
again.
2.
Yeah,
You're getting
Well-
them. You're getting them slowly.
I'm doing it.
Remember, chip damage is still damage.
Exactly.
This is true.
So another tiny little portion of that magma creature sort of like withers up into stone and then falls to the ground.
Beautiful. Yeah, that'll be it.
Very well. That'll bring us to this last creature here, who's going to just chuck a fireball at Kagox, who's sort of barreling towards them. It will actually hit you, and it will deal. It'll deal 5 fire damage. As you feel that fireball slam right into your chest.
Okay.
That'll bring us to Cerise's turn.
Hmm. Hmm. Uh-oh, the party's scattering. That's not good.
Just for the
Ah.
moment.
Just
I'll be
for the
back.
moment. Yeah, okay. How far can my little illusion get from me?
It should have a range
Yeah, what's its range?
in its description there. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I can take a peek.
Move illusion up to
It has to be within 120 feet of you, like
Oh.
to remain here, but you can move it as a bonus action on your turn, up to 30 feet from where it currently is. So essentially, you can
Okay.
move the same amount of distance that you can, but from where it is. And it just can't leave that 120 feet. So you can't leave it in a building and go to the other side of the city. It'll disappear.
Okay, cool.
But for the means of this fight, that's probably basically the whole arena. So
Hmm.
as long as it's within 30 feet of where it
Yes.
currently is.
Okay, cool. I'm thinking really hard. My little brain cells are squeaking together, guys.
You can do it.
Thanks. Because Kagox is looking a little rough right now. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
I would
worried
say
about
that I would say that Anthena also is.
True.
I have
Yeah.
healing word.
I
Which I
would
can
I would
say.
say heal Anthena.
Yeah?
But Kagax is closer to enemies.
Yeah. And if our tank goes down. Oh, well, I
Yeah.
mean, am I a tank? No, right?
You're an off tank.
You
I'm
could
You got
be.
you got quite an
Oh.
armor class, so you're
That's funny.
sort of up there with the tank armor classes.
Yeah, I might hit harder, but you can, avoid damage more because of your armor class.
Okay. I have ideas. Cerise's seeing that the party is splitting a bit and Kagox ain't looking so good. She gonna have her little double move over here? Is that? Yeah.
Mhm.
And then seeing Lena by herself, she's going to scamper.
Scampers are
over.
back, baby.
That's right, the
Oh, yeah.
scamper.
Gamper's back, spirits up, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, because Camille's words of encouragement have stopped the tears for now.
For now.
For
For
now.
now.
And I am able to cast spells through my little duplicate, right? Yeah.
Yeah, when you use your duplicate, you can choose the duplicate as the origin. So when you're measuring distances, you can make it from your duplicate instead. So touch spells, your duplicate can touch them to do it. So something like Cure Wounds can be cast from second Cerisa.
Okay, cool. And so that won't get rid of Kagox's rage, right? I just want to make
Nope.
sure.
The only thing that gets rid of his rage is if he doesn't attack stuff.
Okay,
If,
cool.
if I don't attack and if I don't take damage.
Yeah. So Cerisa 2 is going to cast Cure Wounds on Kagox. Just a little boop.
Very well. Roll your healing dice.
I thought that was a 1 for a second.
So you feel some of those wounds, those burn wounds, start to subside as there's sort of just this light touch on your back, Kagox. Just not enough to make you think it's a real person, but just the slightest touch.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, and then Cereza too. Gonna give a thumbs up. Yeah.
Kagox's trunk does a thumbs up.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
So if that's the end of your turn, Cerisa.
Yes.
Then that brings us to Camille, who didn't seem to have the same like danger instinct as the rest of you.
Oh no!
But
Oh, no.
since Kagox shouted out to get away, she will run and sort of dive across the gap and kind of land hard on the stone, and she stands back up again. But like, you know,
My
She doesn't have a
boomerang
weapon.
should be over there somewhere. My boomerang should be over there because it didn't return to me. I hit something, so it didn't return.
if you want to tell her,
It should be over there somewhere. He says through rage.
we'll say it's like right here.
Okay.
Get the boomerang, Camille. Come on.
She can't move anymore to grab it, but she looks around and you see her kind of zero in on it. Which will bring us to the massive coiled fire serpent, who belches this massive fireball. And the entire center platform of those fountains is engulfed in flame. And there's sort of an explosion that you can feel the heat from all of you, even Anthena, who's standing
Oh.
further away. And you're very happy you weren't standing there. But as the fire subsides and you just see sort of this soot blackened stone, you notice that the creature here, bolstered by that flame, now looks a little healthier.
Ah.
No. Okay.
I knew it.
And is going to heal 10 hit points from that fire.
Oh.
That's a lot of hit points.
Yikes! That's a lot. That's a lot of hit points. That was my entire attack on him. All right.
That is all it can do. So that'll bring us to Kagox's turn.
Okay. Emboldened by the spirit that has decided to follow me into battle, Cerise's duplicate. I'm going to charge in and I'm going to swing at the big creature.
Pharaoh.
Recklessly. It is very important that it is reckless. Dirty 20.
20 hits.
Let's go.
Or a massive 7 damage. Let's go. One of those was a 1. That stinks.
That includes your rage damage? That roll there?
I don't think it does. Hold on.
Yeah, it doesn't add it automatically. You just have to like mentally add it.
Gotta do math.
Oh, math stinks. Let's see. What would my rage damage be? Would it be?
It should say that it adds, I think, what, 2 at this level?
Well, rage it says you gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws, not attacks. Plus 2. Okay,
Plus 2
2. So
melee
plus-
damage with strength
so that would be
weapons, and
9.
you're using a strength weapon, so yeah. 9.
So that would be 9. 9 points of damage.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh.
checking to see if it added.
No, see, that's I must have been missing it a lot. So there's some retcon damage for other monsters that are already dead. Make sure that they're extra dead. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and swing on that one for 9 points of damage.
Yeah, so as you sort of swing your maul at it and collide with this massive serpent, you sort of send like flame and sparks scattering across the room, and as they hit the sort of damp walls of this sort of fountain-bound garden, they sort of hiss and disappear.
Okay.
But the creature does look relatively healthy still.
No, I would assume so. If considering that I can manipulate things with my trunk, Is it a free action to drop something?
For the most part. Really depends. Just describe what you want to do and I'll tell you what it is.
Okay, I want to have my trunk drop my javelin to the floor so that way someone else can use it if they need it.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay, so I have my trunk reach around and it just throws the javelin like directly behind me, like probably. Over
Well,
here
if you're trying to throw it specifically somewhere, that will be an action. But if you're just trying to drop it straight on the ground, that's free.
I'm just trying to drop it. Then I'll just try to drop it.
Then it'll be at your feet. If you're trying
Okay,
to specifically take aim to throw it somewhere, that'll be more specific, right? But if you just want to let go of it, that's fine.
Yeah, I just undo it and drop it at my feet so that way someone can grab it if they're feeling brave. So
we'll say it's in that square there.
Okay, and then that is my turn.
Very well. That'll bring us to the magma method that is feeling a little healthier. He's got his groove back, and he's gonna fly over here. He's gonna break those little claws at Camille. Who's going to get a few more burn scars.
No!
Oh god. Why would you say that?
That is really cool.
It's gonna take 6 fire damage. As you see, sort of part of the shoulder frills of her maid's uniform tear and burn. Which will bring us to this creature here. Who's gonna fly sort of over here. And well, it's got kind of a wealth of targets here. So I'm just gonna make a roll to see what it goes for. Alright. It's gonna pick that side of the room. And it's gonna go for Leah.
Oh no!
So it hurls a little bolt of flame at Leah. And rolls a 6. So it misses you.
Oh, this poor thing.
Which will bring us to Anthena, who's on the far side of the room.
Yeah. So, okay, kind of dumb question. When the fireball went off in the center, how did it, like, I don't know how to phrase this that doesn't sound stupid, but how did it interact with the water? Like, did it, you know what I mean? Like, was it over this entire area or just, like, the pedestal in the center?
So the center is raised up, and so the giant, like, sort of globule of flame that it sort of lobbed in an arc landed right in the dead center and sort of spread across that whole thing. And so if you were down in the water, there was like a hiss and it kicked up a bunch of steam. So you imagine that the water got a little hot, but the water is still there. So it didn't like completely evaporate all of it.
All right. Good to know. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself using my alright, yeah, 5, which is not great, but better than nothing. Okay. And then I'm gonna move here and swing on this guy. So that's really all I can do at the moment.
Yeah, go for it.
It's a 15 hit.
15 does hit.
Awesome. Okay, 8 damage.
Alright. So yeah, once more, this creature here is now looking pretty worse for wear. It's malformed once more. What magma it managed to recover from that blast of heat has now been sort of sloughed away from it, and it looks quite bad again. Just barely hanging in there.
All right. We'll get him. And yeah, that's my turn.
Cool. That'll bring us to this fellow over here. Who's going to flap its little wings towards Sarisa and swing its claws at you. And a 19 is going to beat your AC. For another 3 fire damage. Feel some of its little talons find gaps in your armor and burn at your skin. Which brings us to Leah's turn. So Leah, there's creatures behind you. There's a creature that's just flown in towards Sarisa. What do you do?
I will be attempting to frostbite this one. That is right next to Sarisa.
Farrell?
That is a Constitution saving throw of 13 from the method. Please.
Con 13, you said?
Yeah.
Well, doesn't make that.
All right. Roll my jam. Another 2.
So it's going to take 4 cold damage.
Yeah. I had hypothesized. It also has disadvantage on the next weapon attack. I don't think it's using a weapon, but if it had one, it'd have disadvantage.
I mean, it's got fiery claws. I could rationalize that swinging a weapon and swinging your claws is about the same thing.
Well, it's up to you, but it would have disadvantage if you consider them to be
I would consider that.
weapons. All right. Swag.
Is that all of you?
I was gonna do something else actually. I'm gonna run this way.
All right.
I'm pretty
Specifically, what
sure-
path do you take?
I was just gonna go straight, so I think that's
Like, if
that's
you're
enough,
passing right-
yeah.
If you're passing right through, then yeah. But there's enough room.
Yeah.
Like, again, Cerisa doesn't take up 5 feet across, right? So there's enough room to stand here, like run along the very edge of that walkway.
I could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
if you
gonna
want to
do that.
avoid the, that's why I wanted to see your path, because there's a way to avoid it if you want.
I will do that. I will avoid the.
Very well. Yeah, so you sprint along and sort of leap that little canal in the center of these fountains. The gentle trickling of water below, a bit of a contrast to the fire all around you.
So nice, relaxing. That's it.
Very well. That'll bring us to this fella, who is just gonna attack the thing right in front of him. But he does not hit you, Kgox.
But he has
tries-
advantage because I attacked recklessly.
True, you're right. All right, well, we'll give him another shot. Okay, well then he does hit you.
Oh, no, I'm playing fair. I'm playing fair. He can hit me.
Fair enough, I respect that. And he's going to slice at you for a measly 3 fire damage.
Besides, as long as he damages me, I still stay raging. He. He.
Fair enough. Which will bring us to Cerisa's turn. So the creature in front of you, it was glowing bright with that molten lava, but as Leah's hit it, it's kind of dimmed that flame a little bit.
Nice.
So you can see that it's struggling a little bit. What do you do?
Leah, don't leave me alone with this thing!
Sorry. You can do it.
I can do it. Okay, ugly. Okay, let's go. And I think for the first time in this whole campaign, she's gonna finally swing her mace, dude.
Hit him! Hit him!
Yes, let's go, Cerisa.
Beautiful.
Ace time.
How does that work?
So it should be in your inventory, and it should have a to
Yeah.
hit, right?
Yeah.
It'll
Okay.
sort of have like a plus something to hit, and then if you hit, then you roll your damage.
All right, so he
So
says
the left number first, and then the right number.
Hit.
14 does hit, so you connect with that mace and roll your damage dice.
Oh. Did a 6.
All right, so yeah, you just sort of bludgeon it over the head with your mace and send a scattering of magma that sort of flies through the air and lands in that fountain and sends up a hiss as it turns into sort of a hardened stone.
Muscle
it's-
up, Buttercup. Let's go.
Let's go.
And so this creature here is not dead, but it is looking a little beat up. It's kind of missing half the magma that it once had.
Nice.
They seem to sort of like reshape themselves as they lose magma, and so it has to kind of like cut away a little bit of its body to sort of reinforce its wings to allow it to keep flying.
So what if we dunk him in water?
The water is key here. I don't know in what way, but it's important.
So that's the end of your turn, Cerisa.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you'd like to do.
Maybe cry a little, but other than that,
Your action was swinging the mace. You still have your bonus action, so you could technically move your thing still if you want.
oh yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh wait, no, I don't have to worry about space. I'm going to have it go behind Camille and Athena, and then in front of Camille, right there.
Yeah, so it works its way around there and kind of shimmers off to that position.
Yeah.
Very well.
Right? Oh wait, I have a question. Does its spells have a disadvantage or something since I'm in melee range?
Well, it depends on what kind of spell it's trying to cast.
Like a cantrip.
Well, if it's trying to like roll to hit something like that plus, which I don't know if many of your spells are like that, as a cleric.
Ooh, okay.
All of your cantrips are actually saves, which it doesn't matter how close you are to an enemy for a save.
Nice.
So it can, as long as it's Now you couldn't do that this turn, but because you've already used your action and bonus action, but only things that have a like plus blank to hit, like how you swung your mace, spells that have that kind of thing, a spell attack roll, those are the ones that receive disadvantage if you're doing it from point blank. The same way it'd be hard to fire an arrow at somebody point blank, right?
Yeah. Sounds good.
But for you as a cleric, a lot of your stuff is saves, so you don't have that problem.
Okay, cool. And I still have that potion from the Vulture Man, right? The basement Vulture Man. What
He
kind
gave you a
of
healing potion.
was it? It's just a healing potion?
Yeah, he gave, because he felt bad about the fact that you guys got injured helping him, he gave you a bunch of healing potions.
Nice, okay.
I think some of you used them, but some of you didn't, and I'm letting you guys keep track of that because I don't want to have to remember it.
I know I didn't use it, so I have
So you got a potion of healing in your inventory.
Oh, there it is. Nice. Okay, I just wanted to make sure just in case something goes south. Teehee.
And it should list how much that heals in its description there.
Okay, cool.
And so if that's the end of your turn, then that'll bring us to Camille, who, without a weapon, is feeling a little helpless. So I think
there's a boomerang on the ground.
Yeah. She will take an AOP to get it though. But I feel like the insecurity of not being able to help would affect her, and she would want to help, so she would run for it, regardless of whether she's going to take an attack.
No, Camille.
You don't have to do that. It's okay.
Camille!
So she dives for it, and is going to take another 3 fire damage for trouble.
No, Camille.
But she snatches it up and is going to throw it. What's the damage dice on a boomerang, Yoden? You got it in your inventory, so you just told me.
The damage dice is 1d4 plus the dex behind it. So.
All right. No, she is a rogue.
If she misses it, it comes back. If she misses, it comes back.
She is a rogue archetype, so dex is sort of her thing. She's not a very good rogue.
Leave her alone. She's doing her best.
I just mean she's not as high level as you guys. So we will. She does hit it. So we'll roll her a d4. Which was a 3, and we'll give her a +1 to represent her damage. And that'll be a 4. Which actually does kill this thing.
Let's go!
So she whips that boomerang. First time she's ever even touched a boomerang in her life. And manages to slam right into that creature. And as it sort of lodges into that creature that's already struggling to even fly, the rest of the lava just sort of explodes. And it explodes.
Ooh. Cool.
That doesn't sound nice.
No.
Does that affect?
Ooh. I saw
What?
fire.
That doesn't
No,
look
this is
good.
this is not a fireball. What this is a giant pool of lava that forms on the ground. Now, Athena, you may make a dex save.
Great. Okay. Come on. I have proficiency in this, but I just was. Oh, let's go. Okay, 23.
So, with a 23, that is enough to be able to move, because this sort of falls right at its feet and then starts to spread out. And so you're fast enough to take that step back. So you can choose where you want to go, but you have 5 feet of movement.
Okay. I'll go over here.
Very well. So you hop backwards as the lava spreads, and now there is a pool of bubbling lava there as the creature is gone.
Cool. All right.
Hmm.
Cerese's duplicate does not have to roll because it is an illusion, and it just stands there completely unfazed in a puddle of lava.
Let's go.
Is this method really confused and is like, wow, it's so powerful?
With this one, the one that's really stupid, it just is like,
Yeah.
what a fucking child.
Yeah.
It ignored the lava. So that's the end of Camille's turn. That boomerang that hit the creature and fell into a puddle of lava, that boomerang is gone.
Aww.
R.I.P. Boomerang.
Okay, Gox, we'll get you another boomerang. Oh.
Which will bring us to the large serpent's turn, upon which it is going to rear back up again and begin to sort of swell in its throat with fire. And once more, you sense danger.
Oh.
And you notice, as you all sort of see it begin to crackle and glow brighter and swell up with flame, now you notice it tilt its head a little bit to one direction this time.
Oh, that's lovely.
One Direction.
Well, that's stupid.
Oh!
Whoa!
Whoa!
Sheesh.
And so that everybody in that starts to feel a little insecure about their safety of their person.
God damn it.
Get out of there, guys!
As that half of the room feels a little more dangerous. But that's all it can do, so that brings us to Kegox's turn.
100-foot cube.
Okay.
It's a big ass fucking dude.
I am still going to recklessly attack the lava creature.
Very well. I presume you mean the big one, since they're all made of lava.
Yes. That is a natural 20.
Yeah, of
What?
course, crit will
Oh,
hit, so roll your full damage. And then don't forget to add that 2 at the end.
Okay, so that would be 11 points of damage. That is just for before the crit.
For the
So
crit,
do I
and
roll-
then you just roll it doubles the dice, so
Doubles the dice. Okay.
just roll that thing, and the 2 is added at the end, so.
So 9 and 8 is 17, plus 2 is 19 points of damage.
Let's
All right.
go.
So yeah, you bring
So,
your maul
17,
down.
17 points of damage. 9 and 8
Alright.
is 9 and 8 is 17. No, I'm right. 19 points of damage. Okay.
I have a calculator.
I
You,
can brain.
You bring your maul down over its head and just send sparks in every direction. And I'm gonna make it. It succeeds on a concentration save, and that AOE remains.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. So I would also like I know I can't intimidate because I've already done my action, but I would like to trumpet in its face to kind of goad it to fight me.
Well, it was almost disrupted by the fact that you just smashed it really hard, but it managed to maintain its concentration. This is a fire serpent on a mission. It ignores you.
That's
Wait,
fair.
it's a snake?
That's fair. And that will be my turn.
Very well. That'll bring us to a dead method, which won't do anything because it's dead. And we'll pass it right on by to go to this fella here. Who's gonna float his way over here. He's now kind of above the water, flapping his little wings. And he's gonna swipe at you, Anthena, with his little claws, and he nat ones it and does not hit you.
Ah,
Oh my god, this poor thing.
this guy sucks.
Yeah, he's the black sheep of the family.
Oh.
They don't like this guy too much. And that'll actually bring us right to your turn, Anthena.
Okay.
Yeah, so not only do you have a magma creature right up in your face swiping at you, but you do also sense that your companions across the room might be in a little bit of danger.
Yeah, gang, I can't help you out. I was gonna come over and fight, but I don't want to get in that mess.
Understandable.
Yeah, just move. Would you let me? I don't know if this would take an action because it might, but could I try to splash some water on this thing and see how it reacts to it?
You could now, like that would certainly be something you could do with your turn, but I will say that water is sort of like a 5-foot drop down, like it is a sunken in little like canal.
Okay,
So you would have to
Gotcha,
sort of
gotcha.
jump down into it and then splash,
the
and it would
water.
take 5 feet of movement to climb back up to move. So it would be like a 10-foot move if you're going from here to like up on top to there. It would
Just
be sort of
cannonball
an
into
extra
it.
little.
Just cannonball into it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Honestly-
jumping down won't take any extra feet because you're just leaping into water.
Yeah.
But climbing back out of it would make it slightly harder.
I mean, I
So it is a
think I'm gonna
drop,
move-
but it's not impossible. It's totally doable.
Yeah, but would it take an action, or would you let me just? Do that?
Like trying to splash with the water would probably be your action, because you're sort
Okay.
of trying to gather up water and aim it at the right target. So that'd be enough that it'd be an action.
Yeah.
But
Nah, I think I'm
it
just
is
gonna.
it is water, and it is a
It is
fire
water.
creature.
I know. Oh god. I don't want it to be a waste of a turn. Is the only thing. Like if I don't know, it's like it just goes and then that's it. For now, yeah. For now, I'll just swing on it, and then when I'm in a better position, I can maybe try it. Oh well. Yeah.
Swipe
that
with
doesn't work.
Rosalia, and it goes kind of right in between its wings, and it dodges it.
Damn. I think that's my turn. Yeah. Unproductive, but
Very well.
oh well.
That'll bring us to this fella, who's just gonna attack Sarisa. Disadvantage, right? Is that correct, Liam?
Yes.
So the disadvantage causes it to miss. So it swipes at you, Sarisa, but it's sort of dimmed and a lot colder. So it kind of moves stiffly, almost like a marionette, kind of these stiff, disjointed movements. As the cold is kind of hardening the lava. And so it's a little slower, and you duck right under that easy to dodge swipe. Which will bring us to Leah's turn. Leah, even where you're standing, that big fire serpent has sort of tilted his head slightly, and you sense danger.
Fun. Well, we'll deal with that in a minute. I'm gonna take one step this way. 15 foot. Oh. I'm going to attempt to hit both of these with frost fingers. Where's the area of effect template?
Well, you should have a lot of them. You can use a blue one. It's 15-foot cone, and then we'll just rotate it so that the origin point is on you, and then move it how you want it.
Can I do it like this way? Like, is that legal?
I mean, I tend to center the origin point kind of in the center of your token.
Okay.
Unless you sort of a huge thing like this thing, then
No,
I
that's
kind of allow a little bit of leeway, but I tend to center it. You could move if you wanted to get both of them. It's going to be a little dicey on this fellow, though, where he's currently standing.
Where would I want to move?
Let's see. You know what? I'll say you can do it. That's fair enough. With a rotation
Okay.
like that, I'll say you can do it.
Okie dokie. It's
Let's do,
another.
15 feet. Yeah, that's
Constitution.
very reasonable.
Okay.
Con save.
Sweat. Yeah, con save a 13.
All right. Big fella succeeds.
Alright.
Little fella does not.
Alright, well, big fellow will take half damage.
Which means full damage if it's cold.
That's 12 cold damage. So 24 to the Buffet dice, I guess, and then 12 to the big guy.
All right. Big guy takes 12. Little guy takes 24. You said.
Yeah.
All right. Little guy freezes solid into rock and just falls to the ground where it cracks apart.
Beautiful.
He was killed with cold damage, so he does not able to turn into magma.
Bye bye, little guy.
R.I.P. little guy.
Little guy. And then Leah's gonna move here.
Very well.
That's good, I think, yeah. That'll be my turn.
All right. That'll bring us to the dead fellow, and we'll skip right past him to Sarisa. So Sarisa, you notice you're now the only person still standing in the danger zone.
Wait, how much is it actually for me to scamper all the way over here?
So you measure it's 30 feet to get over there.
Oh, okay.
It's not a big enough hop that I'll make you have to make a jump. It's kind of enough that you could just sort of take a longer step over it.
All right.
It's not just taking damage; it's the amount of damage taken, Kigox.
Okay.
It's because he hit it so damn hard, it had to make that save.
Okay, fair enough.
Nice.
There's a threshold.
I might get hit by this thing if I run away, though, right?
Might try to swipe at you, and that frost effect is gone.
The damage you'll take from that will be, I would imagine, significantly less. So
It's good instinct,
chance it.
Anthena.
What if I want to take my chances? I'm
How immune to fire are you, Sarisa? Just wondering.
I mean, Cerisa's from a desert, so
True. You know,
But
yeah.
a desert's not fire. That's
She's
a different
fine.
kind
She'll
of
be
heat.
fine. Same thing.
all right. Can you attack and then move?
You can do it in any order you want. You can
Ooh,
move
yeah.
a little bit, attack, and then move even more. Like it's up to you,
Okay.
as long as you don't exceed your movement.
Yeah, so then maybe this thing won't have to hit me. All right. So Cerisa's gonna take another swing at this thing, because she's like, I need to get out of here
Beryl.
with her mace. All right, chump, let's go.
An 8 does not hit.
Can I use my inspiration that I think I was gifted?
Yep, Chad did give you a inspiration,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so you can just use it to completely re-roll that roll.
okay, I use my inspiration. And hopefully, this doesn't bite me in the butt. That's a 12 grand. Does that make a difference?
12 does hit. 12 does hit.
Yes!
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, chat!
Thanks,
You're the
Chad.
Attack comes through.
Let's go. Alright. And she's now gonna swing at this thing. With a 5.
Alright. Yeah, you bop it over the head and smack it pretty hard with that mace. And that fella collapses
no,
into
it's
magma.
Ah, no! I forgot about the magma!
That's good though. You killed him.
Yeah, it's gone now.
You're about to move. So
My toes
Yeah.
are about to be very crispy.
Now
This is true.
you are within the range of that. It lands right where he is, and then starts to spread. So you have a chance to dodge it. So make a dex save.
And that's the saving throws box, right?
Mhm.
Okay, come on. No more. No. Ah!
Now I'm not just gonna insta kill you by enveloping you with lava, but the lava will singe your feet as you jump back.
Ouchies! For how much?
It will deal. It will deal 10 fire damage.
Oh
You
God!
feel your little toes are pretty burnt.
Oh gosh! I'm not looking so good.
But you're still free to take your movement.
All right, and then Cerisa's gonna hobble over this way.
Yeah, it probably hurts quite a bit to walk on those feet, but
put your feet in the water.
Piggy
my
dipping.
My toesies! Ooh! Oh, to use a potion, is that an action or bonus action? Grant.
an action.
Dang it. Alright.
It sort of envelops the process of taking it out, unstopping it, drinking it down.
Alright. Understandable. Oh, I still have a bonus action though. Because my little toesies are not feeling so good, Cerisa 2 is gonna come over here and try to guard my body. Wait, If I
Yeah.
move it, well, couldn't I just go boop and then boop? So then, right? Wait, how do I do the double thing?
Like the joint in the movement.
Yeah. Oh.
You just hit Q as you're going. And
Whoops.
it'll add like a
Cute.
junction point. Like as you're dragging, you hit Q. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like my little series of 2 to have that right there.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know
even moving through that area, like going straight across, you're not moving out of its range, so it's not going to swipe at it. And it is an illusion as well, so
Oh well.
I'm going to take
I
damage
hope-
anyway.
Hope this guy stays dumb and continues to be fooled by the illusion.
Attacks of opportunity, or AOPs as we call them, only trigger when you leave the attack range, not when you enter it.
Oh. Okay.
So if you run away from somebody, it's sort of you turning your back on them, and they get an opportunity to attack you. But you guys have that too, so if an enemy runs away from you, you can swing at it.
Okay.
So that's
Alright.
if that's the end of your turn, Cerise, use your bonus action to teleport that thing right close to you. That'll bring us to Camille's turn, who now very much does not have a weapon, so she's just gonna like kind of inch around this lava puddle. And maybe hop across to kind of see if you're all right, Cerise. She notices you have some pretty bad burns.
Nah, Cerise is crying now.
Are you all
Oh,
right?
no.
I don't really have any healing, but are you all right?
Oh, it hurts. Oh.
And she can't do much, but she offers some words of encouragement.
Oh.
So that'll bring us to the massive fire serpent, who belches out that huge burst of flame that just rolls across the entire half of the room and chars absolutely everything in there. You do see a bit of a hiss as it hits the water, but the water is still there when the flame subsides. But you all managed to avoid it, and that is the fire serpent's turn, which will bring us to Kgox.
Okay. Still attacking recklessly. I'm stepping here. And two swing.
Yeah, it's just
it's
a little
one
pile of
swing,
stone now.
two reckless, but let's see.
11 misses,
15?
15 hits.
Okay, 15. Oh, that damage is horrible. That's 7 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, you swipe at it and send some more sparks across the room. The creature's looking pretty battered now, but it is still alive.
Okay. I have no bonus action. That is my turn.
Very well. That'll pass us right past a dead Mephit to, the last remaining living one.
It's little dummy.
And he's got 2 targets on either side, and he thinks this is a real person still. So we'll roll just odds and evens. Odds Anthena, evens Theresa. All right. Well, it's gonna be Anthena.
Okay, well.
So he's gonna roll to hit now. Swiping with his claws. Well.
Oh my god, no way.
Bruh.
Well,
Worst
what is
method.
it?
Worst method I've ever seen. That was
Okay.
unironically another natural one. What's up with
Oh
this?
my
I'm rolling.
God.
Just to roll quickly, I roll physical dice so that I can do it much faster. But I'm using the Final Fantasy dice, the one with the little Final Fantasy symbol, and I think it's on your guys' side because it's rolling a lot of nat ones for them.
Yes!
go!
Thank you, Final Fantasy Dice!
And that'll be his turn. So I think it's all on you.
Alright. See, I could just stab him, but also I feel like I want to take the stupid turn. Because I can
It's your
mage hand water
opportunity.
on him. Yeah.
Mage hand
like,
would work.
yeah, I feel like because if I just hit and miss, that it's done. But you know, maybe. So all right, I'm gonna use mage hand, and I'm gonna have my mage hand like get cup water in its hand, and then like hold it over top of it and drop it, and see what happens.
Summon a mage
Ooh.
hand. And
That's so cool.
cup up a bunch of water and sort of splash it right at the creature. I'm gonna have it make. We'll just have it make a save. How about that?
Okay.
to try to duck out of the way, but it rolls a 3 on that, and it does not get out of the way. So I'm going to have you roll. You can roll it for you, roll the damage since you're the one attacking. I'm going to have you roll, we'll say 2d8.
2d8, okay. 9 damage.
All right, that's going to double because we're going to call this cold damage. Now, technically, there's no water damage in D&D. Usually, water is dealt as bludgeoning because when water hits you, it kind of just knocks you around.
Oh, yeah.
But because this creature has quite a sensitivity to water, we're going to call it cold damage instead. So we're going to double that 9 to 18 damage.
Let's go.
As that splash of water just completely coats it, and it starts to sort of dim and darken the creature as you see it, parts of it sort of harden into stone, and it's now like moving very sort of jaggedly and struggling to keep itself aloft, as entire parts of it are now inert stone.
Seeing that her little plan worked, I mean, everybody's probably already figured this out, but I think I'd kind of yelled at everybody like, hey, they have an insane weakness to water, so, you know, do with that as you will. And we'll see if we can, we gotta splash the big guy, I think. I don't know how, but that's the new target. Alright, and that's my turn.
Very well. Skips us past another dead Mephit right to Leah.
All right. I'm going to attempt to frostbite the big guy. So that's another Constitution saving throw 13.
Alright, it rolls an 18.
Fuck. Okay. Well, it doesn't do anything, so I just stand there.
Very well.
Yep, that's it. That's all I can do.
Alright, that will bring us past the dead Mephit right to Sarisa. So Sarisa, you've got 2 people standing next to you, but you got quite burnt toes. But you do notice that the Mephit that is attacking Anthena does look pretty worse for wear.
Ooh. Oh, whoa, that's the mage hand? Oh, that's spooky. I just zoomed in. I was like, wait, what's that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Ooh. Yeah, no, Cerise's feety weeties really hurt. This sucks. And she's crying. Right? And she's looking upon the battlefield, right? And she sees this little dummy here. Little creature, and she's suddenly gets really angry. It hurts so much that she's gotten angry. And she's going to cast Toll the Dead on this poor little idiot.
Very well.
Alright, and then...
That's a save on its part, right?
Yeah.
Forget. It's what? Con?
Yeah.
I think Toll the Dead's wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
It's wisdom. I always forget. Alright, it rolled an 8, so that does not beat your, 12?
Yeah, 12.
Alright, roll your damage then. And it's already damaged, so roll the higher dice.
Yeah. Is the target missing any of its hit points? Yes. Dude.
Alright.
Well, it's 7.
So, there's sort of a chime that emits across the garden that you're in as death is tolled for this Mephit. And it's been splashed with water and sort of turned almost entirely to stone with all that damage. And so we'll say that it collapses down into the water and does not create a magma puddle.
Hooray!
Hooray!
You just sort of see a little bit of residual kind of steam hiss up from the water as it is completely submerged when it falls.
Let's go.
R.I.P. Stupid Mephit.
Anything else, Sarisa?
Other than crying a lot, because my feety weeties are really toasted.
How many hit points are you at?
I'm at 4. I totally forgot about that.
You have the health potion though. Drink the
I
health
know.
potion.
Yeah, I forgot. I already attacked, so I can't.
I'm out of
Wait.
spells, or I would help you.
Understandable. Here's hoping nothing happens. Knock on wood.
I'll protect
Alright.
you, Sarisa.
That's the end of your turn.
Yeah, wait. I have a question. Does that thing look like a snake? Right?
Yeah, it's like a serpent sort of coiled around.
Wait. Can Sarisa try to talk to the thing?
If you want.
Yeah. I mean, we've already been beaten on it. But
Yeah, you can yell across the room at it.
Yeah, like Cerise's gonna quickly glance to see if there's any others, and then she finally notices I don't know, that it looks like a snake, and she's like, wait.
Get its attention like a cat.
Incredible.
That's right.
Uh,
try
so
it.
yeah, you kind of call out to it, and it's sort of battered and beaten, and by that I mean it's sort of missing chunks of its body that have been sort of scattered, and so sort of one of its eyes is almost entirely gone, as that part of its head is missing. But it actually sort of calls back out to you, Sarisa, in this sort of guttural voice that echoes a little bit through the small little garden you're in. But you don't understand the language.
Eh? Oh, dang.
It's
I don't
not
understand
speaking snake.
it.
And it's
Oh.
not speaking any languages that you speak.
Did we all hear it?
You all hear it. None of you speak the language.
Oh, okay.
Cerisa looks very confused. And she's
I'll
gonna
let-
look at.
I'll let Leah make a history check. You don't speak the language,
Okay.
Leah, but you're a scholar. You might know. You might recognize the language.
That is a 17.
All right. Only you realize this, and you don't scream it out loud, but you just kind of make the
Okay.
realization in your head that there's a couple words that sound kind of familiar in their sort of guttural sounds to things you may have heard before. That's probably, with your best hunch, infernal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I keep that in my brain hole.
Your brain hole?
Your brain.
My brain hole, yeah. You know, where there's supposed to be a brain.
Right. Oh, it's
Ah.
just an empty hole. Got it.
So if that is truly all you want to do, Sarisa, then that'll be Camille's turn now.
Yes.
Camille has no weapons. She's kind of patting you on the back a little bit. Are you still upset, Sarisa?
Yes.
All right. I'll have her make a perception roll to see if she even notices the javelin. She was pretty preoccupied when you were dropping that.
No, that's fair.
She does not see it, but she'll start, if you'll allow her, she'll start to kind of like rip parts of her dress to try to bandage your feet, Sarisa. That's how she'll use her turn.
Aw.
So sweet.
She starts to kind of tear at the hem of her dress, which isn't that hard since parts of it are already pretty singed.
Oh.
Which will bring us to Big Fella, who is going to swell back up again with flame.
Mm.
And this time, tilt his head in the opposite direction.
Oh my
Oh.
lord.
So cool. Awesome. Okay.
Covering the other half of the room with a shiver down your spine. That's all it can do, which will bring us to Keglox's turn.
Okay. Obviously, I'm going to attack recklessly. I don't know if that was obvious or not. I tend to do that.
Farewell.
Let's see. That is a 21.
21 to hit. Of course, hits.
Let's go.
For 7 points of damage, this die keeps rolling a 1. I'm changing D&D Beyond dice. That is 7
No.
points. 7 points, and I'm going to shift this away. Well, yeah. So that way I'm
Okay.
not in the fire range, but I'm still within range to hit him. Yeah, that's my turn. That's my turn.
Farewell. That'll bring us past all the dead methods, right to Anthena.
Awesome. Okay. I I do have enough movement to get out of this, but also I want to use my cool new rapier and its ability, so I'm gonna do that. And so it has 3 charges, and
Your
when
rapier
you
called?
use a charge, Rosalia, by the way.
Right.
I can I can expend one of the charges to fly up to 50 feet in a straight line toward a point or target that you can see. If the target is a creature, you can also make a special attack against it using the blade. On a hit, the target takes an extra 1d6 poison damage, which I don't know if it'll really affect this guy, but I just want to fly in a straight line towards it. So,
Yeah, you got a stinger now.
yeah, I got a stinger, so I do that. And yeah,
Just
so
like
how does
Dante
that-
Devil May Cry.
Dante Devil May Cry. Dante Devil May Cry.
It is unironically based on Dante's stinger.
Oh, love that. Okay,
Alternatively, Red Mage's moveset as well.
I thought so too.
I know that's like I'm stepping to the side a little bit, but
Yeah, no,
can
that
I like
totally works. It's just a straight line, so you can
Okay,
draw a straight
word.
line there.
yeah, you guys all see and they just fly horizontally.
Yeah, so Anthony, you sort of feel Rosalia like tug you forward as it sort of flies in the direction you desire, and it sort of pulls you along for the ride.
Awesome, so cool.
And as
and
part
so-
of that full motion, that would be like it would stab right into the creature you're aiming at as part of
Okay,
that
so-
forward motion.
Okay, so do I roll the like to hit with the weapon itself, or
Yeah.
yeah? Okay, all right. So yeah, I'll attack. 17.
That of course hits.
Awesome. Okay, and so I roll regular damage, and then I add the d6 because I hit, right? Okay,
Yep.
cool. Okay, so 7 regular damage. Oh my gosh! Ignore the second one. And 3 poison.
All right. So yeah, Rosalia sort of pierces right through with that lightning quick motion. You fly towards the creature, and Rosalia pierces right through its chest. And you see that flame sort of scatter as your magic weapon hits it. And from that central point, you see this sort of green poison start to spread, and the central part of the flame starts to flicker green instead, and then with a burst of fire, smoke, and cinder, the creature disperses.
Woo!
You
Let's go!
unironically rolled a 10 and had 10 health left.
Let's go! Beautiful.
Big dub.
And Theta looks down at her sword that I don't think she really knew could make her fly. And it's just kind of like in a bit of awe and shock, but is very excited.
It sensed that you wanted to travel, and it helped you out
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, great weapon.
because you got it from Amalia.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Amalia.
All right. So as that creature bursts into flame and the room is quiet once more, only the trickling of fountains and the slow bubbling of magma. You look around and see that those lava puddles are kind of slowly dispersing, kind of cooling over time. And so by the time even a minute has passed, they've hardened into stone. And so now as you look around the room, you are much safer.
Whew. Is everyone okay? I'm sorry, I'm out of spells. I don't think I can heal any of you. Oh no. Oh, Sarisa. I'm gonna jump over and give you a little pat.
Her feet are looking pretty crispy.
I'm gonna use my mage hand to like put water on your feet.
Leo will cast a gentle cooling spell.
Yay!
The non-lethal version
Frostbite.
of frostbite.
So, well, you're not doing any healing, but it at least helps her stand up.
A soothing cold, like icy hot.
Yeah.
It's about the hot.
The hot
Icy
is
hot
already
without the
on
hot.
her feet.
Icy hot, hold the hot.
Thank you. Oh, the thing wasn't even a friendly snake. I had no idea what in the world it was saying.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't speak the language, but I'm quite certain it was speaking maybe Infernal? I believe that's what it was, but I couldn't tell you anything more.
Infernal.
Would we know what that is? Like any of the rest of the gang?
I don't know. If anyone feels they might, they can make a history check themselves.
I probably don't.
It's not like super rare knowledge necessarily. It's just a language people might know.
Leah says something and everyone goes, "Huh."
Oh,
Huh.
I'm so sorry, everyone. I'll never push a key into a thingy without knowing what it is ever again.
Lisa, it's fine. We're fine. Look, everybody's okay.
You wouldn't have known.
no one died. I say this is a win.
My feet really hurt.
Oh, Sarisa, we'll find you something for your feet, okay?
Yeah, we just have to get out of here.
We'll get you a little
Um,
salve or something.
Does anyone know where we are? And can I turn back and see what's this woman doing now?
You see just sort of the top of her head peeking over the balcony. And as you kind of like make eye contact with her, she calls out, "Are they gone? Are they dead?"
I think so.
And another sort of tentative moment of hiding behind the railing on the balcony, and then she kind of straightens up a little bit, and you see her sort of smoothing her dress and stuff as she looks down at you all and says, "Are you all right?"
Yeah, maybe not.
Sarisa's feet maybe are not in the best of shape.
Bathe your feet in the water if they're burned. That's what I do.
Okay. And she's gonna waddle over. How tall is this thing again?
It's about a 5-foot drop down to the water, so you might need
Okay.
someone to help you down a little bit.
Can I-
Leah's
can I-
sister.
well,
Yeah,
I'll-
the mage
I'll-
hand will help you.
We'll
I
all
will-
help you.
Yeah, you can like hold the mage hand's palm out to be a little like step down.
Yeah.
I was going to step down in and then just lower her into the water because I can probably hold her. I've been carrying her a majority of the time anyway, so that
Oh,
way
that's true.
I can be in the pool. She can be in the
And
pool. We
Kagon's
can just
supposed to
soak
be
her
in the
feet.
pool.
It's up to you guys, but
needs
the
to
mage hand is
splash
right
in the
there.
water. He needs to splash in the water.
Yeah, he needs to get his elephant water moment.
Plus, he's also 8 feet tall, so it's probably
Yeah.
not hard for him to get down and out.
Nah.
Of there, so.
Nah,
No, I think maybe the water moment is. is the most important.
So Sarisa, as your feet touch the water, you don't feel any like healing magic necessarily, but it does soothe.
How
The,
deep is the water?
The water itself only goes to kind of just above the knees, maybe a little higher since you're shorter.
It's like, oh, okay. I guess it doesn't hurt as much. Thank you.
And the woman calls out to you guys, "When your wounds are soothed, please join me." And she kind of gestures with one hand. And you see her kind of disappear behind the balcony.
Leah try and figure out like where they are exactly, like what this thing that they're in is? It's like
Arcana
or something. I don't
Arcana
know.
check might
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
Without like a history of knowing these sorts of things, it's going to be a hard check.
Oh,
But
well, she got an 8, so
well, then I'll tell you. With the 8, you're not able to discern like magically what this is, but as you do look around, fairly obviously, without even requiring a check at all, there aren't any exits. There's no doors, no nothing. You're just sort of in an enclosed chamber made of stone.
it seems as though we are in prison already. Intriguing.
Oh, no!
Someone has found out our plan and imprisoned us.
Are you serious?
There's no exit.
Oh god, I thought we avoided prison. It's not.
Damn. I mean, at least it's nice prison.
I guess.
There's water.
Is it normal for prisons to have a bunch of little lava monsters that try to kill you when you get put in? I haven't heard about that.
No,
but-
I have never been to prison, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Do we have to kill that lady up there? Is she the warden?
I sure hope not.
Oh god. Alright, well.
I shall ask her what the terms of our imprisonment are.
Oh my god.
Wait for us. What if she like
Oh, right. That's true.
The mage hand is available if Sarisa needs it to get up. Once she's done soothing her feet.
Yeah, she'll try to get out from on the other side, like right over here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
And-
cool water did subside a lot of the pain, and so you're able to walk on them.
Yeah. Nice.
To
Wait,
fully get rid of the pain, you imagine it'll probably come back fairly soon. So to actually get rid of it, you'd need some healing magic. But for the time being, you're able to walk on your own 2 feet.
cool. Maybe this is where I'll remember. Well, I don't want to waste the potion. I think Sarisa can forget about it for a little longer and cry a little more. That's pretty standard.
Fair enough. And so with, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. She was just gonna say, so are we gonna talk to this lady now or what?
Yes, if everyone's ready, Kagox, are you, quite drenched yet?
You see him splash the water on himself, and like all the other times when he's done that in fountains, this time it just feels like it doesn't feel like the water is doing what he wants it to do.
Aww.
Oh,
And he just lets out a little grumble, and then he climbs out.
Kagox, we'll get you a big fountain when we get out of prison, okay?
Anthena will grab Kagox's javelin and hand it to him. After she messes around with it first and like tries to twirl it, but ends up like knocking herself in the head.
She
He,
does like do a flow.
Yeah.
he takes it back and nods a thank you, and he
Taunts.
looks around for his boomerang.
Oh,
It is not there.
Oh.
Kagox. Unfortunately, well, listen. Great news is
Camille guiltily scratches her head.
the boomerang killed one of the little monster things. So hey, it did its job, honestly. But
And
unfortunately,
and then it sort of disappeared under the lava.
yeah. But we'll get you a
Oh.
new one. Yeah, we can as soon as we get out of here, we can get you a better one, a bigger one.
You said it fell to foe.
Camille nods.
Then my father would be pleased.
Oh God! No!
Generational boomerang!
For
And he
for
just
just
nods.
for just the smallest moment before she turns away, you notice like a sparkle of tears in Camille's eyes. And then she turns to follow Liam.
Dude, who's cutting onions?
Oh my god, that's upsetting. Okay. Oh.
So,
Anthena gives you like she immediately like her shoulders like flatten and she looks up at you and is like, "I'm so sorry." Oh god. Maybe
No,
we,
my and he holds up his trunk to kind of like pause your words. My father was a mighty warrior, and to know that he helped in felling a foe in the defense of another, it is no loss. I assure you.
Okay. All right. Well, yes, it probably saved all of our lives. Honestly, that thing was kind of kicking my ass. So, it served well. And we can get you a new one. I know it won't be the same, but you'll at least have a boomerang.
He nods.
Is there any place for us to sit up here? She just invited us up here, just stand in front of her.
we're just standing here. Yeah.
I mean, it really only appears that there's accommodations for one here.
Ah, I see. So we'll all awkwardly stand around.
Yeah.
Is there any checks anybody wants to do?
Yeah.
Can I do a... Will you let me pick?
Yeah.
Okay, can I do a...
Depends on what you're looking for. I think Cerisa should make a medicine.
Okay, yeah.
But-
Ooh.
I'd like to do like an
Meditation?
insight check on like
Mhm.
what... Yeah, what are we
Ooh,
dealing?
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's a 9, so...
Several of you can make
That's
insight checks, I
okay.
don't mind.
Medicine check. Teresa's feet hurt too much!
Yeah, you may be a little distracted by the pain. But Leah, you notice that it's sort of like a complex emotion that's on her face. She's trying to recline on this little chaise lounge, but
Huh?
she's also like holding herself kind of away from you guys. She's like pressed up against the back of it, and there's sort of like a guarded nature to her body language.
Intriguing. Leah's
In
gonna
fact,
take
she sort
a-
of like holds her arms kind of across her chest as if she's guarding herself, almost kind of guarding her arms.
Okay. Yeah, Leah will take a respectful step backwards when she notices that.
The woman herself is probably unlike anybody you've seen. She has blue skin, but pointed ears, and wears sort of very elaborate clothing that contains a lot of jewelry as well as bangles around her wrists. It would probably feel akin to clothing that you might have seen at home, Cerisa, more so than any clothing you'd see around these parts.
Ooh.
And she sort of like tentatively looks at you guys, waiting for you to speak. And if you don't, then she will speak.
Teresa will be like, what were those awful creatures?
Well, in truth, I'm not entirely sure. But I just call them my wardens.
We are in prison. I was right, Anthena. Anthena, I was correct. We are in prison.
god!
Yo.
Shit, I thought we got it. Oh no. Okay.
Your wardens?
Well-
What?
Let me stop you there. You are not imprisoned. If you all wish to leave, you can.
Wait,
Wonderful.
what? We
This
could
is
have
not
just left?
This is not a jail designed to contain you.
So it's what? Supposed to contain you?
She nods.
Mm.
What
For
did you-
what? Yeah, for what purpose?
I believe I am being punished for something my mother did, not me. At least that is how I was made to understand it.
Well, that doesn't seem fair. You're not your mother. I mean, you didn't do it. What did she do?
My mother is Gaia, a noble genie. And, well, from what I understand it to be, her only crime was that she revoked patronship from a disciple.
What does that mean? Out of character, what does that mean?
I know what those words are, but I can say
Right?
My out of
context.
character answer for you is I'm assuming that the genie was she was someone's patron. They did something, she revoked their powers or whatever she was giving them in exchange, and that's like I think a no-no. Since they're kind of like I don't want to say like slaves, but they're not like they're kind of bound to the people that they work with. So I think them revoking that is kind of a privilege they don't get to have.
Oh, okay.
You're close
I'm
on
not
90%
sure,
of
though.
that.
I'm not sure.
That last bit is not true. You should ask her more about it.
Okay. That was my hypothesis. I was not.
Okay. So in character,
I'm not super smart.
Cerise is gonna say, "What does that mean?"
Well, genies can act as patrons, granting magic powers to mortals like yourselves. And my mother was one such genie. She had a warlock who she gave her power to. But she began to notice a change in him. I was very young when this happened. And so the memories are hazy, but she didn't approve of how he used her power, so she took it back, and he did not appreciate that. He turned to other sources of strength and sought revenge on her. She just gestures to the room she's in. And my sisters and I, this is his revenge.
So you have sisters and they're trapped too?
I have 3 other sisters, yes, and, well, I'm not sure where they are, to be honest. I've not seen them since I was imprisoned, but I imagine if this is my fate, then theirs is one similar. The 4 of us, Gaia's daughters, it was myself. I'm Yuna, by the way.
Oh. I'm Sarisa. And these are my battle sisters and battle brother.
And I imagine that my sisters, Tula, Nephila, and Yushaila, were similarly imprisoned. Though I can't say for sure.
Well, we found you in an attic, so...
An attic,
Yeah,
you
you were-
say?
You're in this kind of like glowy orb thing. We weren't sure what it was, but now we know.
Well, I've not seen the outside of the prison, but that is how it was described to me. By... She trails off.
By who?
Well, you all are from the outside, so perhaps you have seen him. She brightens up a little bit.
Seen who?
There was a Templar. There was a Knight Resplendent of Brava, I think they said, and he was trying to help me, trying to break me out of the prison. And he would visit, and he would come to see if he could help with my burns. But he went out looking for a salve for them, and he hasn't come back in some time. Perhaps you've seen him. If you say you found the prison, then maybe he's in the same area.
Sarisa looks uncomfortable now. She's rubbing her hands against her like legs a little bit. And she glances at Athena in particular.
I'll message you. Why are you looking at me?
You remember the church and that graveyard? Wasn't there one of the headstones that said something Templar guy? That's not it couldn't be the same fella, right?
Oh, I wonder.
Wait, do we
Yeah, wait,
have a
what?
thing?
What? Yeah, what did that headstone say? The other one, not the one I.
Yeah, not the one that you were looking at, but the other one read Templar August Devonshire.
Did she say the name?
She didn't.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want to ask, or do you want me to ask?
I could ask. Seriously, gonna. What was this fella's name by chance?
She brightens up, and it's actually the first time she's smiled since you've seen her. And she says, "His name was August."
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh.
And this is how you do that, folks. This is how you do that. You just
Oh God. You and me both, girl. You and me both.
Ceresa's
I'll
starting to
message-
get
I'll message
sweaty.
Teresa again.
I will say there was another piece of information that Sarisa noticed that you might not remember because it's been like a month.
Yeah.
So I
Well-
can remind you if you want, Sarisa.
Yes, please.
But if you'd rather canonically make Sarisa not remember, that's cool too.
Okay.
It wasn't that long ago. It was like yesterday for you guys. So
I think she would remember.
that grave was very old.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, I figured.
like
Okay,
how old? Like ancient? Like
I think you investigated it, and I said it was probably around 100 years old.
Oof.
mm,
I messaged
Uh,
Teresa. I'm like, I don't think we should tell her. I don't think that would do any good, and we can just maybe pretend like we haven't seen him, but we'll look for him. I don't.
I don't know if that sounds okay. Oh, because she. Ceresa's very conflicted and getting a little sweaty. And her feet hurt. And she
And
starts
Dana-
to
And
tear
Dana
up
kind
a
of like
little.
looks directly at you, kind of with like wide eyes. And in your head, she's like, what's she gonna do? There's nothing she can do about it, and it's gonna break her heart to learn that. I mean, until we can get her out of here, which I don't even know is possible, I feel like we shouldn't tell her.
Alright, and then Cerisa will message half truth. Half truth. I don't think we've ever met the fellow, no. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, the
you see,
smile kind of falls away from her face, and she says, "Oh, I see. Well,
Well,
but you could look, right?"
yeah. I mean, it's a rather large place we're in.
Well, the last time I saw him, I remember it. He said he was going somewhere.
Do you remember where he said he was going?
She furrows her brow a little bit. It was. He said he was looking for something to help with the burns, and he said that my burns were infernal fire. I remember that, yes. And he said he was going to the Diabolist, I think is the word, in the city. I've not seen the city, but that's where he said he was going. And he was going to ask about something that could help with infernal burns.
Wait, what's infernal burns? What's so...
She tentatively holds out her arms, and you can see that, like, the entirety of both arms are covered in burns. Like scars, but also some of those burns are very fresh.
And Cerise's gonna look at her feet.
They look pretty
Did it-
similar.
Uh-oh. It's like, oh. Did they not go away?
Well, I can't say how it will affect one like you, but my burns are perhaps different than fighting them. Because August fought the Warden several times. They always seem to come back, though. But he always defeated them. And sometimes he would get some small burns, and I would cool them in the water, and his would go away, but mine never do.
Oh.
And sometimes I feel it's hard to describe, but sometimes I think it's all in my head, but it feels like someone touches the prison, if that makes sense. You described it as what? A small device?
Mm-hmm.
I never really had much of a mental image of it. I always imagined it to be a sphere. But I could feel a hand on it, and the hand would burn. It would burn my skin every time someone would touch it.
Oh.
I suppose another part of my punishment.
That doesn't sound all that great. Wait, is that gonna happen to... And she's looking at everybody else to see if anybody else has burns?
Just the wounds you guys received from the battle.
Dang, I wish I made that medicine check earlier, guys.
Can I, like, make a different medicine check on our burns?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go. Alright. Am I going to roll good this time? What is that? That's a 19.
So your burns are fresh and raw, and she does possess some burns that are similar to that. But her arms are like scarred over with burns, and if you had to guess in comparison to yours, she's been burned like thousands of times.
Can I like?
After all, as she described it, anytime somebody touches the prison, she gets burned.
So. Aww. So wait, when we were messing with it.
I did say she has some fresh burns.
Ah!
Oh my god.
No!
Oh, she doesn't need to know that that's, oh god. Sorry, girly.
Oh man.
I think Athena will speak up kind of hurriedly, and she'll be like, well, we might have not met him yet or anything, but, we'll definitely keep a lookout, especially, because, Cerisa here has some burns, so we'll probably go check out the same place that he went to
Yes.
find something for her. Yeah.
The prison will let you leave, and you can go see the Diabolist, and you can ask if the Diabolist has seen him. Perhaps they would know.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea. How long has it been since you last saw him?
She furrows her brow and thinks for a moment. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I lose track of time quite often in here.
And those things you said keep coming back?
She nods. But it would usually take them quite some time before they would return. August would come and go, and they would come back. Not every single time, if that's what you're worried about.
Oh.
I imagine it would take some time for the enchantment to restore them.
You said that he came here often.
He would come and visit me, she brightens up.
Why could he not just bring you with him, with these wardens gone?
Well, the way that he would describe the process of leaving, he would go to the center, she points, to the platform in the center, and he would just sort of wish to leave. I've tried it well over 100 times, more than I can even count, and it doesn't work for me.
What if we wished for you to leave?
He's tried that already, I think, multiple times.
Hmm.
It doesn't work. Like I said, this is a prison designed to keep me here.
And what if we found the person who's responsible for your imprisonment? Do you think we could get you out then? If we, I don't know, killed them or... Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't even know where to look. That was... Like I said, it's hard to keep track of time, but that was long before even I met August.
She's gonna... Cerise's gonna look at Athena and hold her hands up. The little message symbol.
I message.
That guy could be dead. If that... The guy that guy, he could be dead. So maybe, well, killing him might not free Yuna here.
Yeah. But there's gotta be, I mean, there's some reason why she's still imprisoned, so... It has to be a way to break that. I don't know if it's a spell or a deal or a... I don't know. What if we... that's dangerous, but what if we smashed the thing from the outside?
Ulred always said that was never a good idea.
Smashing things?
Especially... it's not magical things, I would say. Ulred said, don't smash the magical things, Cerisa. And, you know, he was usually right.
Okay, so maybe we don't smash it.
Off message. Leah, you're really smart.
Possibly. On some subjects.
That's true. Leah only really has a brain for bones, right?
I've read a lot in my time as a researcher, but I am more bonewood fronting, yes.
Cerise's gonna look at Camille.
Me? This is all a little bit outside of my knowledge base. I really very rarely even deal with magic at all.
Oh, what about those candle tree people? They all seem really smart and magic smart. We could maybe ask that one old guy, Alfredo.
We also have an ongoing inquiry to the... What was it? The court magician?
Court magician.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know how she could ignore such a compelling letter, so I imagine we're just waiting on her response any day now. And maybe she could help, too.
That's right! We are waiting for Miss Ullman to deliver and return a message. Yes. So if we can't think of anything right now, perhaps one of those more smart, magically inclined folks might know how to free you.
I suppose that's worth a try.
My question is, though, every time this, what was his name? Templar Augustus?
August.
Oh, August. Whenever he would come and go, would you feel any sort of pain? Just curious.
She nods. But he would always, what did he call it? Lay on hands? And it would always help. But it wouldn't make them go away, of course.
She's like, well. So when he left, your burns would hurt?
Leaving, no. Just touching it to visit, from what I understand.
Ooh.
And well, before he found the artifact, it was passed around by a lot of hands.
Well,
But he said he put it somewhere where no one would see it. But I suppose you all found it, so maybe he didn't hide it that well.
We're
I mean-
really good at
But I'm
finding
sure he'll be
things.
back soon.
Yes, I would say it is hidden in quite a good spot.
We're really great at finding things, and yeah, even the best hiders can't get anything past us. So
You all are,
anyway. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
you all are very good, and you seem capable. And if you say you're good at finding things, then when you leave, you could find August for me.
Hey,
If you follow his trail, I'm sure you'll find him. And you could look for what he was looking for too, the salve.
a salve? Wait, you mean a salve?
Yes, for burns.
Wait. What was this place that you said he was looking for?
He said he was going to the Diabolist in the city. I don't really know any more than that, though. Not entirely sure what the Diabolist is.
Can you say that again one more time, please?
A Diabolist.
Ceresa's gonna nod. But anyway, if you wanna come here, I could heal your burns for now. I'm a cleric after all, and I know some healing.
Really? Sometimes August would speak of clerics that he knew in the church. He called it.
Yes, a church. Do you know what church? Do you remember?
I'm not certain, no.
Did he by chance mention any Lady Luck or? Oh my God, I can't-
He said Brava was his goddess. The sun.
Interesting. He didn't mention anything about oh my gosh, what is her name?
Fortuna.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Maybe not your god, since you
Yeah.
can't remember what her name.
I'm so sorry, Fortuna.
Teresa loses her cleric abilities. 'cause She
Yeah.
can't remember her goddess' name.
Magic revoked.
No.
But you say the name Fortuna.
Yeah.
And she furrows her brows and she thinks for a long time. Fortuna. It sounds sort of familiar. I know that he said his god was Brava. the Lady of the Sun. And he was a knight resplendent, he called it, of their order, a Templar. But I think he mentioned he had friends at the church. It was not his order, though. But he still was friends with them. But it's hard for me to imagine the outside. It's been a very long time since I've seen it.
Well,
And from what I understand, he took the artifact and traveled with it, my prison, in an attempt to help me. And so it's been a very long time, but I imagine I'm very far from home.
Where is home, anyway?
The desert, Zul'Garon.
Does Cereza recognize that name?
Nah, it's a different continent from you.
Ah, okay. I don't recognize the name, and I'm from Urhalai. Is that where she's from?
Yeah, you're from Urhala, yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I don't recognize that place, and I'm from Urhalai.
Well, then maybe I really am far from home.
Well, let's start with those burns first.
She holds out her arms.
Yeah. Oh well, Cereza's gotta scamper over there, I guess. How deep is this water?
It's only kind of just above the ankles. It's a lot shallower than the other water.
Oh, nice. Alright, so Cereza's gonna hobble over and use her last spell slot and use Cure Wounds.
Very well.
Right. Bop. Wow, Cereza's not feeling so good. I'm not gonna use my inspiration. Sorry.
So you see some of the fresh burns kind of fade, and they join the scars on her arms as they heal.
Sorry, I hope that was at least a little relieving.
Yes, it helps. The pain is lessened. Thank you.
And Cereza then hobbles back over to the rest of everybody else.
But as I said, if you wish to leave the prison, I think if you try what August did, it should work for you. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Well, at least we know we'll be able to come back or leave with relative ease. Though I do wonder about those wardens of yours. Are you really
as I said, it should be some time before they come back.
Well, okay. She'll look at everybody else.
I don't really know if it's possible, but we will try to find a way to free you. Doesn't seem fair that you're being held accountable for something your mother did, and even that doesn't sound like something that deserves punishment. So, no promises. But
If you're able, that would make me happy. But if you look for August, I know he will help you. If you say my name to him.
Yes. I'm sure he will. All right. Yep. Well, we better go get started looking for him and solution. Yep. All right. Bye. Have a good day. She kind of runs a little bit.
But yes, as Andina said, we'll keep an eye out for August, and we'll see about maybe talking to some of those smart magical folks over at Candle Tree and maybe the court magician. And
She
I'm
nods.
sure, yeah, I'm sure someone may be able to help, and we can finally free you.
If you're able, I would be much indebted. And thank you again.
Just be like, oh, I guess we're going. Yep. Cerise's gonna waddle. Ow. Ow.
Oh.
Leah will be casting a little ice spells where Cerisa's walking, so she doesn't hurt her feet as much. Vague little gusts of cool air.
Ow.
Also, I just want to say, like, before we all leave, I'm gonna just also try to wish for Yuna to also leave. Just in case he was lying about trying to do it a couple times.
Yeah, you kind of summon up into your mind that wish and that desire for Yuna to be able to leave. And you wish with all your might, but nothing happens.
Okay, he was being honest. I want him to be evil so it doesn't hurt so much.
All right.
Is Camille coming?
You. Cerisa is actually gonna wish for, I don't know, some salve. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can wish to leave. Can you, like, wish for some stuff?
You wish for
I wish to
material
leave
possessions and nothing happens.
With the winning lottery number.
I wish
No.
for the ability to bring dead people back to life.
Well,
Does
all
it
of those
work?
wishes are not
Really?
granted.
Damn it! Oh,
Yes.
such an unfair
Interesting,
DM. What the hell?
For not
I
giving
might
you
be able
infinite
to do
wish spells.
That's such a reasonable request. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, man. Not fair.
You cycle through some wishes and none of them are granted, but if you finally wish to leave,
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I give her a wave as we. Honestly, I don't even know if she can see us, but
yeah,
I'm
as
trying
you
to-
look back toward the balcony, she's standing and kind of leaning against the balcony and watching you guys. If you wave
I
at her, she'll
wave.
wave back.
We
Okay.
all wave and then never return.
No.
Aw.
And as you wish to leave, you feel that same lurch in your stomach as your environment sort of whisks around you at top speed. And when the world around you begins to slow again, you notice that you're now back in a dark and dusty attic. Oh yeah, I deleted you all.
No.
No, we're dead. Oh
No.
What is it like? Has time passed like in the real world, or does it look like it's about the same time as it was whenever we went in there?
Well, you can look out the window.
Yeah.
when you die in the game, you die in real life.
No.
So as you regain your senses and look around the attic, Anthony, you make your way to the window and look out. You guys went in sort of the early evening. It is nighttime.
I see.
All right, that makes sense, I guess. Camille,
Yes.
you said that device thing, whatever, had been in the attic for a while, right? Do you have any
Yes.
memory of Who put it there?
It's been here for ages now.
So I assume you weren't here when it got dropped off.
No, it's always been here.
Guys, that Templar guy is dead.
Camille just stares at you. He is.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh.
And
Why did you not tell her?
You all didn't
I don't.
tell her that?
because
It was Athena's fault.
oh my god. Listen. Speaking from experience, it's better not to know. At least right now. I mean, she's literally imprisoned for an indeterminate amount of time, and the one person that brought her any kind of joy is dead. And I don't think that it's right to break that news, where she has nothing left to do but sit with it. So I think we work on, amongst a bunch of other things, we work on trying to get her out, and then we can maybe talk about telling her that. But there's no point, because it's just gonna break her heart, and listen, it's better not to know.
Yes, but she's going to get her hopes up.
Isn't that better than being sad? Huh? Is it right?
Yes, but
Wouldn't you rather be hoping for something, even if you know deep down that it's not true, than know the truth of it and be in pain?
truth is something that all of us have to come to terms with. And I find that the longer that you have to think about something, the better it is in the end. Truly, I wouldn't wish to be kept in the dark about anything. I suppose it's just me, but I would rather have the time to think on it and process my grief in my own way rather than go on thinking that I could do something I couldn't, or see something I couldn't.
You see Anthena kind of like her eyebrow kind of twitches a little bit, and she like kind of cocks her head, and she's like, well, you all are welcome to go back there and tell her the truth if you would like, but for me, I just think that it's better to live in a happy little delusion as long as possible, because yes, truth does happen eventually, but then why not stay happy and oblivious for as long as possible? Because it's not going to change things whenever you do learn the truth, right? So why not?
Oblivion, you hurt so much more afterwards. It's terrible.
Not for me. In fact, I would have liked living in complete oblivion if I meant that you never had to face the truth of the matter, but whatever. And she'll kind of huff over to the table, and I want to just grab some like spare like sheet of paper or whatever and just write "do not touch" and then put it at the foot of the little thing.
Mhm.
Not without touching it. I'm not touching it, but putting
Yeah,
it like
of
right
course.
in front of it so that people can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you do so. Camille, to your conversation that you're having, just kind of muses. I think I would want to know if it were me.
Well,
Maybe.
that's very noble of all of you, but sometimes it's not always better. And you guys kind of see Anthena looks like angry, but not angry at you all. Like, not genuinely, just kind of like a complete like frustration with something about herself. And, you know, it's just, yeah, she's experiencing lots of emotions, and it's kind of coming across as her just being angry, but she's more upset.
Well, he just looks really sad for some reason.
Yeah, Camille kind of lingers in the corner, and if you had something you wanted to say, Tracy, you can go first if you want. He was
I
gonna
was just
change the
gonna
topic.
say, no, it's all good. I was just gonna say, Cereza looks like she's thinking really hard about something, but she doesn't say anything.
Very well. Yeah, Camille kind of like lingers around you guys for a little bit, and then after several minutes of silence, she kind of shifts uncomfortably and says, you all said when you came back here that you had something you wanted to do tonight, and well, it does look like it's." She looks out the window. "It does look like it's already tonight."
Oh.
Yes.
But
We
you all also look rather exhausted and a little bit beat up, so it could wait for tomorrow, or you could try and sleep now and do it early morning before everybody's awakened.
Yeah, honestly, it might just be best to wait. We were intending to break into someone's house. It's a long story. And we need to do it kind of closer to evening, nighttime, when she's least likely to be there. But I imagine she'll be there in the morning. Yeah, and I'm in no position to do all of that, as I imagine nobody else is. So, I'm gonna go to sleep. And she just kind of walks off.
All right, and you all said that tomorrow you were going to scout the bank, yes? I do think we should do that sooner rather than later.
True.
Perhaps in the morning. And then you can take care of whatever other business in the afternoon.
That's true. Wait, when's that Lantern Festival happening?
The Lantern Festival, well, I think that's... She looks out the window again. Well, presuming that it is still the same day, I believe that should be... Well, that should be tomorrow night. But it would be in the evening time, sunsets.
Well, no better time to break into somebody's house when everybody's off celebrating. So,
Actually, perhaps not.
oh,
Well, you see, if everybody's at the festival, then no one will be at the restaurant where her dancer is, as you said, right? Which means that she won't be dancing that night. And it's actually probably more likely that the person you're trying to break into would be at home. Does she seem the type to go to the festival?
Not with that lady
And
that's got her.
perhaps,
Yeah.
and perhaps it's best not to try during the festival, but you could try when she's asleep in the middle of the night.
I don't think so. Cereza's gonna look at her armor. I've come to realize I'm not that good at sneaking around people.
Well, if the armor's loud, you could always take it off.
I guess.
But as I said, this is your errand. I'll leave the details to you. I'm just trying to provide as much knowledge as I can.
Well, I guess we won't do it tomorrow, because we did want to attend the Lantern Festival for, well, reasons. And she's going to look at Leah.
I'd like to go too, actually.
Ooh, maybe we could all go together.
She nods.
That would be quite nice, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And, well, is Anthena already gone? If so, Cereza will just stare at the stairs.
Yeah, I'll say she's down the stairs.
And down the stairs. I think this Lantern Festival will be good for, well, everyone. From what I remember about it anyway.
Alright, well, then you all ought to sleep. You look positively exhausted.
Yes, my feet hurt a lot, actually.
Well, we can help you downstairs if you want.
How hurt is Camille?
She's got some burns on her. Parts of her dress are pretty singed, but in better shape than you are.
Teresa's gonna shift a little, looking a little shy about it, and then she's gonna nod her head, like, yes, please. I would like some help down the stairs.
All right, she'll let you use like her shoulder to brace yourself if you want that.
Yes, please. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Little owls are so cute.
Ow.
I'm so sorry.
I won't imagine walking on burns is very pleasant. I'm gonna be real with you.
No, what do you mean? It's the best feeling in the world.
It actually feels so good. I love it.
So Kagax and Anthony, you guys decide where you are, but you went down first, so.
Yeah. I'm not too far ahead of them, but I would say that I'm in this room.
Seeing where Anthena's gone, Kagax gently knocks on the door.
It takes a minute, almost like she's preparing, and then she'll open the door. And you see that she's got... Her face is kind of puffy, and her eyes are, a bit shiny.
When you're feeling up to it, I would like to have a word with you.
No better time than the present, I guess. You can come in.
And he nods and he makes his way inside.
And she just she opens the door for you, obviously, but then she'll just kind of sit on this little chest here.
He stands close to the door, but not exactly, right up against it. We should talk, but don't feel obligated to. Allow me to speak first.
She gives you a nod.
There was something you said earlier, and I know that it is still raw. I know that it is still recent. But you mentioned that maybe not knowing something is better than knowing the truth.
It's what I believe. I know it's not maybe the most logical thing, but I don't know. I feel like it's better to exist in a world where maybe some things are open-ended and you don't know a certain something for sure.
Knowing the future is not something that everyone knows. And it is filled with uncertainty, what awaits most of us. If I could speak candidly. Yes, he knows the word candidly. Okay, he knows what the word.
It's his new vocab
Yes,
word.
he
It's his
does.
vocab word of the
He
day.
does.
If I had your courage to believe so firmly that knowing the truth would be more painful than a living lie, perhaps I wouldn't feel as empty. I commend you for your belief, and I wish that I could share your belief. But I am not from this time, and there are many things that I know for certain that weigh on me heavily day to day. I try to forget them, but I can't. And I wouldn't ask of you to try to forget or let go of whatever is weighing on you. But as we have traveled together in this short time, I have come to know all of you. And you needn't take me up on this offer. But I do have rather large shoulders and rather large ears.
Oh, that's so cute.
And I would be more than happy to listen should you need it, sister.
Oh. You see Anthena kind of, she gets very emotional at that. She kind of like laughs a little bit at the use of sister, but a very kind, like, she appreciates it.
Yeah,
and
not insulting. I know.
Yeah, not an insulting way. In like a yeah. And then she'll look up at you, and her eyes kind of swell with tears again. And she goes to kind of like scoot over on the chest to like have you sit next to her, but she realizes that it's definitely not big enough.
He's a very large boy.
Yeah.
Instead, he will sit on the floor crisscross applesauce in front of you.
Okay, that's perfect. She laughs, and then she kind of looks up at you, and again starts crying a little bit again, and I won't like RP it, but she tells you the story of a pirate that she knew. She worked in a tavern. That's where she grew up, and he was kind of her only friend, and would disappear for long stints of time because he's a pirate. But one day he didn't come back for a much longer amount of time, and she decided to just imagine him off and happy and not not dead or injured or anything bad. And that was a comfort for her because she had always wanted to travel. And so after that, she went on her own adventure, which you can learn about via another question. But and then she kind of, at this point, she kind of gets a little choked up, and she looks up at you, and she's like, and I know it was stupid of me to just pretend like he would be fine, but it was easier, and I don't know, I could just imagine him off living a great life and not bound by any type of connection to anything, and it was a comfort, I guess. I was fine with never seeing him again if I could think that he was just alive and happy. But then when we were in the church the other day, Cerisa and I went out in the courtyard to talk to the woman, and I found his tombstone. And I don't know the specifics of what happened, but apparently he was very sick, and they tried to save him, but they didn't know what was wrong, and there's a whole mix-up with a bunch of money, and we kind of, it's something else we have to deal with. But, knowing the truth of it all in that moment, and how it just kind of all came crashing down around me, it was so much harder than just living in a lie. And I wanted nothing more than to just forget about it and just try to picture him alive and happy again. But I can't ever again because I know the truth. And I wish I didn't. And I want to save Yuna from that as long as possible. I mean, if I could just have another day pretending not to know, that would make me happy. And she kind of starts crying again, and she'll give you a little. She'll put her face like on your shoulder and give you a little hug.
He hugs you back. Obviously, it's a comfort thing, and it's not. It's kind of like the same kind of hug that he gave Leah before. It's not like a sibling hug. It's like a fatherly, comforting hug. And he just lets you let it out. He lets you let it out.
Yeah.
And we will hold on to those days. And perhaps in giving her that time, we can make time for ourselves.
She'll kind of unwind herself from your shoulder and look up at you and give you a smile. And she'll just be like, yeah, I hope so. And I'm hoping to get to the bottom of whatever is going on with that church. They're being blackmailed by people that know that they got money from him, because he made a big donation, but since he's a pirate, it's kind of, I don't know, taboo, I guess. It seems very stupid, but I would really like to try and settle that issue. I think that would give me some kind of closure, I guess. Well, anyway, thank you for listening to me. And if you ever want to talk about anything, you said that you feel empty most days, which I'm sure can't be a good thing. I am also here. I'm not quite as big, so I can't give as good hugs, but I can try.
Little hugs are okay too.
She gives you a little hug.
As he sits there pondering, he looks a little more softened, and he says, "This pirate, he lived a good life when you knew him?"
The best.
And the memories you have of him, they are good memories?
Yes. They're my favorite memories.
And being that they are your favorite memories, you think on them often?
All the time.
Then he lives on. And he taps his heart, like, with his fingers.
Oh.
They will live on there. Good memories are better than sour ones. And although we lose those that we love, those memories keep us going. I have had to make room in my heart for new memories, new friends, family, clan, if you will. And the old memories don't go away. They are not replaced. But the emptiness that I feel daily is slowly being filled, and I am very, very grateful for that. I am grateful to you, and to Leah, and to Sarisa. I am grateful to be here now And I am learning. And I
Well.
hope to learn more.
I'm sure you will, and I'm glad that we can help in any way that we can, and I'll do my best to help you make some new memories and new family. You know, to help fill that emptiness as much as possible. And she'll kind of look up at you and give the widest smile that you've seen in this interaction thus far. And then she kind of turns. She turns into her little satchel that she has, and she pulls out a pirate hat that you would have seen her with earlier, but she had kind of tucked it away during all the various fights. And she kind of puts it on the kind of corner of the bed and taps it a little bit, and then looks up back at you and gives you another smile, a little hug, and then is like, okay. Wow, okay. And she kind of wipes her face and is like, do you want food or do you want to go to bed? I don't really know. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm also exhausted, so...
I could eat.
Alright. Let's eat.
He's covered in like his fur is burned.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's pretty beaten up too. But
Yes, really.
before
Okay.
we go down, and you should apply a cold compress to the underside of your eyes. You look a bit puffy. And he kind of gives like a knowing wink, like, you know, this will help that.
Oh, he's such a girl dad. Oh my god. Okay. She laughs and I don't know if I have a cold compress on me, but
I'm sure we can get one. Wait here, I will return. And he goes to go get a cold compress, and then they can
Okay.
go eat later.
Nice.
With that,
Wonderful.
we're gonna go back in time and downstairs.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Can you do the transition effect? The
No.
Damn it! All right, well I did it.
already
Everybody
done
else
it for
did
me.
So it's well.
All right. So back downstairs, we'll get rid of everybody else. As you stated to me in your little text over there on the side, Leah, you head downstairs and you go to the bar and order a drink. You said a double of whiskey,
Yes, sir.
and then you go and sit by the window.
Mm.
And as I said, the sort of nighttime drinking crowd has like mostly filtered out by now. There's a couple people kind of slumped over on some of the tables, and they'll be thrown out eventually, but not quite yet. And
no.
so the
The ambiance is great.
you can't just sleep here for free.
We are.
You gotta bet.
No,
Yeah, but we're doing
Camila's
something.
actively paying for you
Camila's-
every night.
Oh right. Oh
Right.
God.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Camille is putting our gigantic tab that we're racking up.
How easily it seems like it's free when somebody else pays.
True.
But the only other people in the bar are the owner, as well as the manager, Killer Lily, and the chef, who's still busy kind of cleaning up, as well as Valerio, who's kind of winding down in his performance that he does for the night. And he notices you kind of sitting off by yourself, and he gives you a little nod as you pass by. But as he eventually winds down his performance, seeing that he's really only playing to a bunch of passed out people, he sets his instrument to the side and makes his way over to you. And as he kind of approaches your table, he looks at the glass that you have and says, that's a tall whiskey for one person. Are you drinking yourself through something?
Well, quite possibly. I'm not much of a drinker, but I feel
He
like
just you see his eyes flick down to the glass again.
yes. As as much as it might seem, I am aware of what I need to feel the way that I want to feel. So
He
This is
nods
how
at
I
the
remedy it.
chair, like looking for permission to sit.
of course, yes, you can take a seat.
And how exactly is it that you want to feel then?
Less emotional, I suppose.
I can say I've been there too.
It is a struggle, and as much as I would love to throw myself into research or work, it's a bit hard in these climes, I suppose.
Well, I can say from experience, life doesn't look much better at the bottom of a bottle than it does at the top.
Thank you, Valerio, for that wonderful bit of wisdom. I would, however, like to drink my problems away for one evening. But I promise
Fair
it will
enough.
not be a repeat affair.
Very well.
She's just kind of sipping.
You can leave if you'd like me to. I just thought you looked lonely in the corner. And I've been sitting in the corner myself for quite some time. Sometimes it helps to have an ear. That's all.
Well, I do appreciate it. It's just I'm not quite used to
Talking?
sharing. Yes, that as well. I find that my words come easier to me when I am reciting them off of a page and not out of my head.
Maybe you should write them down then.
I should, but if I commit them to paper, they become real issues, right? That I have to confront at some point.
Yeah, he furrows his brow a little bit and then just kind of nods as if he agrees. I never thought about it like that, but I can see your perspective.
I don't know. My father always said that it was smart to keep a journal because you could remember what it was that you wanted to study or that you wanted to research later on. But to be quite frank with you, I hate remembering things that I.
Fair enough. I will say that's much more sage advice than my father ever gave me, so you're lucky for that at least.
Yeah, so my father was nothing but wise, I suppose. But I can't speak ill of him in any context, as he is no longer with us. So
The same is true for me.
I'm sorry to hear that. I understand how it was hard for me. I cannot assume the same of you, but I am sorry.
I'm sorry for your loss as well, but in all honesty, sounds cruel to say this, but I was happy.
I understand. There are connections that we make with other people that not the most pleasant. But I am still sorry that you have lost your father even though that might not have happened when he passed.
Yes, I'm not sure he ever was much of a father. But then again, it's not as though my mother was much of a mother either.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't have a mother either. So,
He just kind of like
I
chuckles at the
suppose
idea of you saying that. But he understands the sentiment.
I know that might not be the same, but
Well, you know, sometimes they say misery shared is cut in half, yes?
yes, I quite agree. I have attempted to not share as much of my misery as possible, but it is good to know that someone is understanding, at least, of this particular issue. I
He
suppose.
nods. You say your father is gone and your mother as well. Do you have other
Well,
family in the city?
it's quite a funny story. I'm not from. Well, I am from the city, but I was not born here. My parents, who gave birth to me, I presume died a while ago. And I was taken in by the man who I call a father. Um,
Oh?
and I don't believe he has any family left in the city, and I do not know of any from my birth family, so I believe I might be alone for the time being.
Well, not too alone at least.
True. That is very true. It is odd being back in the city and my father not being around.
But you said your father figure was it? He lived here.
Yes, he was a researcher, you see. He needed an assistant, funnily enough. And, well, I was wandering the streets, and I suppose he thought I could assist him in some of his research, so here we are.
Then he had a house here.
He does. I'm not particularly sure how well it's been kept up, but
You haven't
I
visited.
believe I have not. I've been. Well, the group that I'm traveling with is. We are quite busy, and
Fair
I
enough.
wouldn't want to drag everyone off to the side to visit a house. As much as I would like to, I don't know. It would be painful, and
As you say, the memories.
yes, and as it is quite a recent development, I do not know. It is not that I don't trust my battle family, as it were, to support me, but I don't know. I think it would just perhaps make me revisit things I did not want to, do not wish to.
I understand. Sometimes it's easier to turn away rather than toward.
It is, and I feel like such a fool. You see, earlier, Anthena, the nice satyr woman we've been traveling with, we got into a bit of not a fight, but
A disagreement?
yes. We have encountered a bit of a sensitive subject whether we decide to tell someone of their loved one's passing now or pretend we don't know and tell her later. And I am of the opinion that it is important to know as soon as possible. And Thena is not. And the circumstances of my father's passing was something that I had been well aware of for some time. He was old, and we all know age is not friendly to those with shorter lifespans. But I had left the house that day, deluding that I would return with what I desired and what my father desired, and it would be great, and he would get to see this thing before he died. And I came back to the house that evening, having failed. And he died. And I hated that. I hated that feeling of, it's going to be alright. Because it wasn't. It wasn't alright. And quite frankly, it was terrible, and I had to bury my father. And he... or what was left of him, I suppose. But I just wished I had known. Or not deluded myself, I suppose. And as much as I understand where Anthena's coming from, I don't want to feel like that ever again. And I don't want her to think that I don't support her or anything like that. I understand she's going through things. Which is why I'm down here drinking and not upstairs. And I apologize. That was... I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone into the details, and that was terrible, and I will just be finishing my drink.
Don't apologize. Actually, could I ask you something?
Of course. Yeah.
This mentor who you say took you in and taught you, a scholar, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Why do you think he took you in?
To be honest, I don't know.
That's quite alright. It's a question that doesn't need an answer. I only wanted you to consider it. The reason I say so is because, well, in my home, back in Al-Zahar, I look after my sister. And even though there are things that I want to run away from, and things that I would absolutely never want to deal with, my sister is there. And so I can't run away from them. And there are things that I have to do. I need to provide for her. I need to look after her and make sure she's healthy and safe. And so my life is busy. But when I see her smiling, getting to do what she wants to do, That's more than enough for me. And so the reason I ask you is because, is it possible your mentor felt the same? And you worry about disappointing his memory, but maybe he just wants you to do what you want to do.
Leah just kind of sits there for a minute, and she's kind of like just staring at her drink. She looks over at Valera and she says, I know what I want to do, and I have to fulfill what I want for him first. You see, she kind of, so she touches that really just god-awfully terrible necklace that she's wearing. And she looks at Valero and she says, this is going to sound absolutely morbid, but
That's all right. Try me.
this is my father.
He kind of like takes a moment, and you see his eyes go down to it, and he kind of like thinks it over for a minute. And then, despite the fact that he looks like a little bit kind of shocked by that, and it's not like the most like normal thing in the world, but he takes a moment to kind of like recompose himself, and then he looks at the necklace and just says, "Nice to meet you."
Leah, she kind of has to like scrub at her eyes like violently after that. She takes like a deep breath and she goes, yes, I felt I didn't want to introduce him to my battle family because I was scared of scaring them, I suppose. But
Well,
I
you've
have
not
to
scared
take
me
him.
off.
I'm quite grateful to know that. You are
I've seen
guinea
worse in
pig
Al
of
Zahara.
sorts.
Have you seen what they do there? The cultural practice.
No, I have not. What is it?
Nyanhari. When a Nyanhari
Yeah.
dies, they consume the hearts of the dead. It lets them see the last memory they have with them.
Oh no! I don't. Should I have done that with my father?
But you're
Oh,
not a
he was
Nyanhari, so I don't know that it would work.
That's fair. Oh, I didn't. Well, now I feel bad. But different races, I suppose. But I know that it's terrible, but I tried my best to make this, and I'm taking him somewhere. And I have to go there. Because it is what he wanted, and just what I want. After that, I don't know. But just knowing that I have a piece of him is good. But it's a double-edged sword, I think.
I understand. Feels nice to keep them close, but, well, the closer a fire is, the more it burns you, yes? He actually
Right.
pulls up one of his sleeves, and he shows you that he's wearing kind of under the sleeve of it. He's wearing a bracelet that is like very obviously not his style, and it looks like a little girl's bracelet.
Leah kind of chuckles and she goes, "That's your sister."
He nods.
The style is quite different from yours, but it works, I think.
He chuckles to himself and goes, it's a little gaudy, but I like it.
I like it too. I've never met her, and yet I get a feeling of who she is, I suppose. It's rather nice.
Well, I'm sure she would like you. Though, I can't imagine there's anyone she's met that she hasn't liked.
Ah, she's one of those types.
He nods.
That's good. I think more people should be like that.
He nods again. It's not so easy, but it's a good thing to aspire to, I suppose.
This is true, and I'm sure that she has the ability to be so fortunate as to think so highly of others because you are supporting her from the shadows, yes?
He just kind of gives you a small nod.
Well, I thank you for sharing that with me. It does mean a lot.
Well, as I said, you looked lonely in the corner, and as someone who's had his fair share of experience with corners and drinking, sometimes it helps to talk.
I appreciate it. I was not wanting to bother my companions, but I'm glad that I bothered you instead.
Oh, that's quite alright. I was done my performance anyway. Could do with a little bothering.
I'm upset that I only got the tail end of it.
Well, I'll be here all week.
Well, I'll see if I can catch a full performance if we're not busy. Breaking into houses, I believe, is our next step.
He chuckles and goes, I'm sure you're all a lot better at that than I am. I've proved myself a lousy thief.
I have done my fair share of breaking and entering. I was
Clearly.
not good at it.
Well, suppose we have that in common too then.
Oh, can you imagine? The circumstances behind my arrest were not.
Is that
not
how you got?
good.
Is that how you got caught? Breaking and entering and failing.
No, actually, I was arrested for committing mass-scale tax evasion. Of
Really?
something very cool. Yes, I
Well-
was arrested for that and for killing our prime minister and all sorts of things. Very impressive.
He cons on to what you're doing and just goes, well, that is very impressive.
Yes, you see, of course, my arrest was a long, drawn-out situation, and there was a standoff. But eventually, I
Yes,
gave
of course,
myself up.
and they had attack dogs and everything.
Yes, you know, dogs and the like.
Of course, I've assassinated a few kings in my time too.
She just kind of sits the glass down on the table and she says, "Well, I don't know if I'm going to be finishing this."
Well,
You want to
it would
split it?
be a shame for the whiskey to go to waste. Dwarven whiskey, yes?
I believe so. I just kind of asked for whatever, but I believe that Abigail has a bit of a keen sense on her.
Well,
Good taste.
dwarves do make the finest, so sure. You're not going to finish it. We can split it. Like I said, misery shield is cut in half.
Leah nods and she kind of she leaves the glass on the table. She goes to get another cup, I guess, from the bar.
By now, as you're kind of heading over towards the bar, you would notice, as you get the glass from Abigail as she's cleaning up, she slides you a glass that she just finished cleaning.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Abigail.
No, it's all right. It's all right. And then gets back to work cleaning. And as you kind of are turning back towards the table to go back to Valeria, you actually notice Camille come down the stairs. And she kind of is just making her way across the room. And as you kind of look over at her, you see her eyes flick over to you, and she realizes that you are not in your room as she thought you was, or as she thought you were. And her eyes kind of like flick back, and she kind of like averts her gaze and continues to walk out of the door.
Camille, be safe. Wherever you're going.
She like pauses in the doorway and just kind of, with only a quick glance back, just says, all right, I will. And then leaves.
God, she's going to get herself in trouble one of these days.
So you sit back down and you split your whiskey with Valerio, and by then, the others have eventually come down. Teresa, I imagine, probably fell asleep.
Knowing Teresa.
But Teresa, you can tell us since he didn't say anything. Camille would have helped you to your bed, and what you do from there is your choice. But eventually, Kagax and Thena come down to get some food. But I think we will probably leave it there. We can ask Teresa what she's doing. But
wait, but I need to sit in a corner very solemnly and sadly, guys. Hold up. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sad in a corner.
But we'll leave it here, and Teresa, what do you do before we end?
She didn't actually fall asleep.
Very well.
Yeah. She's thinking about a lot of stuff right now. And her feet hurt. But she's thinking.
All right.
Maybe missing home.
Very valid.
Yeah.
So you wistfully think of home as the others head down to grab some food before bed. Valeria kind of just talks about more lighthearted things, especially when he notices the others are kind of approaching. And so he tells you kind of fanciful stories about his travels that you can't quite tell if they're made up or not. They're just exaggerated enough that you think maybe, but they also have a bit of credence to them that maybe thinks, that could be true. And so he kind of regales you guys with stories as you finish off the night. And so we'll end the session there. Since we're already 20 minutes over. And we'll return. You guys can long rest now, so we don't forget. We'll return in the morning. But we don't have to do more bedtime RP.
Finally! This is so exciting.
All right. So let's head over to the sitting room. Off the top of our heads, does anything interfere with next week?
Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Then we'll be back next week. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern on a Wednesday for some more Gaunt's Gold. Yeah, so that's all we have for tonight. Glad that you appreciated the Yushaila connection.
Dude, I was squeaky.
For reference, for those who are unaware, who were not around back then or weren't made aware of Seas of Sand, an old campaign we have in which Olivia was Sutsulu, the warlock. Yushilo was Sutsulu's patron.
Oh, wait, that's so
Missed it.
cool. Wait, what?
All the time.
So we've seen Yushilo before as a
Yeah.
little genie in a lamp.
She's
Lantern.
super slay.
Was
and
she?
you have
Wait,
to address her properly. All right.
was she in like a prison? No.
She was in a lantern that
She was in a
Cecilia
lantern.
found.
Yeah, Cecilia found
Oh.
it.
So
She
okay.
she gets turned away when he's talking to his boyfriend. I miss season Sam. I want season Sam back. Please. I miss my boy. I have pictures of him still up on my walls. I miss him every day. Yushila's in one of them, so it's fine.
And that campaign was in Zul'Garan, the desert there.
Yeah.
And in fact, the location that Valerio's mentioning is also in Zul'Garan. That's Al-Zahar, the capital city.
Oh yeah. I love Alzar. Pretty good city. Actually,
So, yeah.
no, because the Merchant Prince is here. Fuck him.
Leave the
Don't
Merchant
be
Prince
mean.
alone. I hope he shows up just so that he can be really nice and you can feel bad.
He cannot haunt me in 2 campaigns. He can't. He
Or
cannot.
can he?
I would die. I think.
And you have to add him now. This must happen.
Nah, he's a busy man.
He's
Doesn't have time to
busy.
sail
doing
all the way
a
to a
bit.
different
know that-
continent.
Somebody holds a major grudge against him that needs to be remedied.
Wow, Leah doesn't.
Leah does not. Somewhere upon the waves of
Cecilia's completely
like, what?
one-sided grudge that doesn't make any sense.
I feel like it's definitely Leandro's like, dude, it's chill. And he's like, no. No, I hate him.
Leandro
Like-
works for him.
He's like, dude, that's my boss. Can
Yeah, you just
not?"
really hate
And he's like,
you just
"No."
really hate the significant other's boss for no reason.
He's worried he's not gonna give Leandro any more vacation days. Damn it.
And yeah, that was Camille rolling perception to see if she could figure out where you
Okay.
guys were, and she didn't
Nice.
figure Leah
I
out.
heard you roll
She
a dice. and I
listened.
was like,
She listened. She
"What?"
listened to your conversation with Kegok. She overheard that,
Okay, I
then-
figured it was something because I saw her outside the door. I was like, "Oh, you sneaky!"
and then she
Sneaky
didn't.
girl.
She assumed that maybe Leah went to bed, but got that wrong.
Leah just sleeping while there's a conversation, emotional conversation happening.
It's like a bed over, and she's like, no, no,
Yeah.
actually can't.
That was like me with my roommates freshman year when they'd be on the phone at like 12. I'm just trying to go to bed.
So yeah, we will leave the session there. Glad you guys liked Yuna.
She's oh
So
god,
sweet.
I want to save her so bad.
Real.
And we're gonna have to break the news to her too.
Listen, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, okay? By then, we'll have found a much nicer way to deliver it.
Yeah, he's dead, by the way.
I think he might be
Guy-
dead, guys.
Yeah.
But see, it'll balance out with, hey, look, you have your freedom now, and yes, the one person you care about is dead. But look, you're no longer trapped in a prison anymore. See, I feel like that's a better time.
Mm.
You put the bad thing in with like some good news, you know.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
And
like you
so-
put the food that they don't like on the plate with the food that they do like on the plate, so that way it doesn't seem as bad of a meal. So yeah, they still get some good with the bad. That's
I
fine.
still push my piece to the side of the plate. I don't know what you guys are talking about, right? And... oh, sorry.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Very valid. So we will wrap up here for tonight. So unless anybody has anything else to say, we can call it a night. Say goodnight to chat.
Good night, chat.
Good night, chat.
Night.
Bye.
Good, thank you. Chat needs to be tucked in.
Aww.
Chat,
If it won't last
I
long.
kiss your little forehead and I tuck you in, Chad.
Aw.
I don't do that.
That's fine. It's
I
not your
dump
chat.
cold water
It's my
on you.
chat.
But I'm
All
in it.
right.
I was there.
All right. Have a good night, chat. Thank you for watching. And like I said, I'm busy at the end of this week, so there probably won't be any streams on the weekend, but I'll be back next week. So enjoy your time. And other than that, have a good night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And take care. We will see you soon for more Gaunt's Gold.